instinct leads me to another flow. Every time I hear a brother call a girl a bitch or a hoe, trying to make a sister feel low, you know all of that gots to go. Now everybody knows there's exceptions to this rule. I don't be getting mad when we playing this cool, but don't you be calling me out my name. I bring rep to those who disrespect me like a dame. That's why I'm talking. One day I was walking down the block, I had my cut off shorts on, right? Cause it was crazy hot. I walked past these dudes when they passed me. One of them felt my booty, he was nasty. I turned around red, somebody was catching a rat. Then the little one said, "Hear me, bitch," and laughed. Since he was with his boys, he tried to break fly. I punched him dead in his eyes and said, "Pulling the bitch." You better never underestimate the power of a woman. You better never underestimate the power of a girl. Who you calling the bitch? You better never underestimate the power of a sister. You better never underestimate the way to rock the world. I hit the bottom, there ain't nowhere else to go but up. Bad days at work give you an attitude and you were rough. And take it out on me, but that's about enough. You put your hands on me again, I put your ass in handcuffs. I guess I fell so deep in love, I grew dependency. I was too blind to see just how it was affecting me. All that I knew is you was all the man I had, and I was scared to let you go, even though you treated me bad. But I don't wanna see my kids see me getting beat down by daddy smacking mommy all around. You say I'm nothing without you, but I'm nothing with you. I'm in to really love you if he hits you. This is my notice to the tool. I'm not taking it no more. I'm not your personal whore. That's not what I'm here for. Ain't nothing good gon' come to you till you do right by me. Brother, you wait and see. You better never underestimate the power of a woman. You better never underestimate the power of your girl. Who you calling the bitch? You better never underestimate the power of a sister. I flip it like this. You better never underestimate the way to rock the world. Know what I'm saying? What's going on in your mind is what I ask you. But like yo, you don't hear me though. You wear a rag around your head and you call yourself a gangster bitch. Now that you saw Apache's video, I saw you wildin', acting like a fool. I peeped you out the window, jumping girls after school. But where did all of this come from? A minute ago you wasn't heard and nobody ever heard of you. Now you a wannabe. You barely know your ABCs. There's plenty of people out there with triggers ready to pull it while you trying to jump in front of the bullet. Young lady, and real bad girls on the silent type. Ain't none of this worth getting your face sliced, cause that's what happened to your homegirl, right? Walking with nobody. She got to wear that for life. Who you calling the bitch? You better never underestimate the power of a looking at the queen in a ball. You better never underestimate the power of a girl. Who you calling the bitch? You better never underestimate the power in respect yourself, cause you're all woman. You better never underestimate the need to rock the world. The need to rock the world. That's right. In 1993, it's time for the brothers to start looking out for their sisters. You know what I'm saying? Sisters to start looking out for each other. You know?
Team took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free, free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity, I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I'm still live through technology.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Y'all getting that early one today. Okay, with BubzDaGawd. Normally I don't do lives this early, but things have been going pretty smooth in my life to where I have a little bit of extra time for stuff. Okay. And the universe, God, source consciousness knows what it be doing, because again, when you walk by faith and apply it in your life, you realize that all things are working for your good. And this is something that I'm learning. And I need people to understand the way that BubzDaGawd do it may not be for everybody. All I'm asking is to find your own way, find your own version of doing that. Okay, but what's going on, Queen Stevie? What's going on, Queen Spicy? What's going on? Why you want me to sign in when I already signed in? Hold on, y'all. What the fuck? Hold on. I thought I already signed in. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to sign into this chat thing. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna have to put my password in too again. Hold on. Okay. Type that in. But I hope that y'all are cool. Now listen. Y'all already know that later on tonight, BMU is going to be given their interpretation for the millionth time, okay, about what's destroying the black community. And to them, destroying the black community is women and fags. These individuals ain't doing shit. Let them tell it. They are the ones trying to save the black community. But again, when they have the opportunity to speak about a life to save a black boy's life, because black men are the prize, right? They fail in application to that. But anyway, yesterday I was doing some lawn work, and normally I listen to podcasts all the time, like whether I'm working out or whether I'm doing yard work, whatever the case may be, I'm listening to something. You understand what I'm saying? And I listened to the live that BMU did yesterday. It was day before yesterday, day before yesterday, where they were speaking about hoes. And we've heard their commentary for a long time now about how they feel about women, especially black women in particular. You know what I'm saying? And the title of the live is entitled, they're not whores, they're just misguided. And when I saw that titled, I was kind of, taken aback, because again, I'm like, okay, maybe y'all guys are having a change of mind. Maybe y'all trying to explain the little RT situation was like a transformative situation, which is why we got the bullshit that we got. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all will be able to look at things in a more healthier way. Okay, a more holistic way, a more natural way, in reference to things being equal, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, regardless of what society says. And then I listened to the live, which was about 5 hours long, which if you want to listen to the live, you definitely can. I did my due deals. Everything that I speak about, I know what I'm talking about. And again, if I don't know, I'm aware enough to say that I'm ignorantly speaking. And as you can see on the screen, this is Anissa. Now, Anissa has been on the platform a few times and in our commentary a few times in reference to the queer situation. Now, she does share and have some queer-phobic opinions, which I don't expect everybody to agree, accept, and condone, but I think there should be some basic understanding of respect as far as human beings are concerned. And on top of that, if you're a Christian, you're supposed to look past all that and see the person's heart like Christ did. Do you get what I'm saying? But on this live, and as the title was live, it seemed like good women cannot think for themselves without it being an issue. That in order for you to be a good woman, you have to be subservient, and every thought that you have has to be sifted out and filtered through the mind and lens of your husband. Because Anissa, no shade, was saying something at the beginning of the live that kind of set the tone for the rest of the entire live, and we're gonna go through it. But before we do that, I have it pulled up this time, y'all. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit educational and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All the videos, songs, images, and graphics used in this live belong to their respective owners, and BubzDaGawd does not claim any right over them. First of all, shout out to Anissa for being the only woman on the panel who's willing to think outside the box and think for yourself. It's difficult to do that when you're on a panel of people who are very performative for the most part, and they talk about hyenas. Y'all are y'all are Pride Rock. Fuck the hyenas, girl. At least the hyenas was athletic and slim. Y'all got the elephants, the hippos. Y'all got the silverback whales jumping from the ocean to sing and shit. But shout out to Anissa for standing 10 toes down. Again, she don't have to agree or accept homosexuality in reference to her personal belief, because I don't need affirmation or permission from her to even self-actualize. I don't need it from anybody else except me. But I appreciate individuals who are open-minded and objective enough to see it from both sides. And those individuals are the individuals that I will always highlight and that I will always give 10s to. Because you can also focus on the majority and focus on the minority, so the minority can grow and flourish. Which is a question that Anissa is going to ask on the panel. But anyway, the live entitled Women Are Not Whores, They're Just Misguided. And on the let me pull up the actual thumbnail so I can look at it real quick. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, I got my stuff on. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. It has Sexy Red and Glorilla on there. So I was expecting for them to use content of Sexy Red and Glorilla, but as we have seen thus far, they're now using these thumbnails as clickbait, basically. And clickbait is when you have something on the thumbnail that's supposed to give you understanding of what we're getting to in the live, and y'all speak about anything except what's on the thumbnail. And they use this clip, okay, of Kamala Harris, who, and again, I'm going to say speaking ignorantly here because I have not seen the entire video and live, so I can't really speak to the true context of the clip because I haven't seen it. And I think that when you're doing journalistic work, for those who claim to have done journalistic work and have medals and trophies and stuff like that, you're always supposed to cite your sources. So I wish that they would have left the video down below. Oh, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, they didn't leave the video down below because the last time they did, I used it against them. But basically, in a nutshell, the clip is Kamala Harris saying that with a stroke of a pen, she has the power to literally change someone's life, and not for the better. If I write your name or sign my name on this document, you can be arrested, okay? You're gonna have to come out of pocket for lawyer costs, okay? You're gonna be embarrassed in front of your society, okay? You're gonna have something on your record so that when you try to do the right thing and get a job, it's gonna be difficult for you to do that. Now again, I wish I could see the entire video so I can get the complete context, because context is very important, even though you will hear pretty soon that yeah, some individuals don't need context because they are the context, but whenever the homosexuals walk in the context, you got to come through with the Bible to remind them of the context. Very interesting, isn't it? So we're going to go down this journey real quick. And again, shout out to Anissa for standing 10 toes down in who she is. Okay, and before we do that, let me look at y'all comments real quick. Queen Stevie says, I have so many thoughts on this topic just from reading the title and the climate that we are in right now with misogyny and patriarchy. Yes, and make sure to hit that like button. Okay. She also says, haven't we had enough wounds from being beat down from the black male hetero community? No. They're not going to be able to beat up their white counterparts. They're not going to storm the Capitol, even though they speak about the Second Amendment. They're not going to take their asses up there and do it because they know the reality of what happens if your black melanated ass ran up on a government building. So they're going to do the next best thing at large, which is to now find someone else to project their anger onto. And the gag is, if you really want to talk about it, when we look at it from a deeper perspective, this is all heterosexual people's problems. No shade. The husband and wife thing, y'all say the fags don't even own that. So that's y'all shit. It seems like the hetero community needs to get their shit together. And if y'all are going to be the leaders, if y'all are going to be the ones who are going to show the way, if you're going to be the ones to walk in front of everybody, you have to understand that you're going to by default bear the most responsibility. And we see that some individuals can't handle that level of responsibility. Okay, but anyway, the first clip we're going to get into is, and this is going to call BMU out on something that he does a lot. He likes to take clips that are viral and use them as talking points to gaslight people into believing a certain narrative. But over here on BubzDaGawd, for the most part, we use the entire live. We sit through the entire live. And I also leave the information down below for people to go forth and do the work as well, because people also have to study to show themselves approved. It says, my people perish by the lack of knowledge. Isn't that right for the Christian people? So you still have to do your due deals. But she's going to call him out about using these viral clips out of context, because he was asking everybody on the panel what did they think about Kamala saying that. And of course, these individuals, I'm starting to believe, is having a hatred for black women in general. Because the way that some of y'all speak about black women, it's like, damn, at this point, y'all gonna fuck around and have nobody else to fuck but y'all selves. And if that happen, don't ask the gay niggas to come help. Because BubzDaGawd ain't going over there. I already told y'all. It's pause on all you niggas until the end of time. I'd rather sit up here and drink a whole case of Anissa, as you can see on the screen, of her wine and let her peg me down. 21 bottles, 1 Bubs, before I do anything with the niggas over there. I'm gonna keep saying that. But anyway, let's get into that clip. What's up, BMU? She is multiracial. She is a person of color. And no shade. According to white supremacy, if you just have 1 drop of nigga blood in you, you're a nigger. So, I mean, we're just gonna play the rules. We're gonna play the game. And I'm glad you're here. Stay the entire time. And I'm gonna let y'all know my commentary. Whew, I can only imagine what y'all gonna say tonight. I'm gonna be in the comments. I'm not gonna be on the platform because I don't wanna be accused of moving the goalpost and changing shit around. I wanna sit back and just hear you. And tonight, I just want y'all to be honest. Fuck the political correctness. We faggots tonight. We dykes tonight. We trannies tonight. We digging the booty ass niggas tonight. We demon. We give us all of that. Show us what's really going on. Okay? But anyway, let's get into the first clip of Anissa calling out BMU for using clips out of context. Let's go ahead and get it. Is it playing? Oh, I played the wrong thing. My bad. Here we go.
Anissa, can you tell us how do you feel about your president saying what she said? R-Pain, did you see the video I played? Yes, I saw it before. Yes.
Okay, and this one, go ahead.
Well, all that says to me is fuck around and find out. That's what she said.
Uh-oh.
Essentially, that's what she said.
That put her on the shit list. They was like, oh shit. Oh shit. She not going with the script, pimping. Oh Lord, here we go.
Okay? Now, one thing I have learned is you got to be careful about listening to these sound bites that y'all like to put out, okay? Because most of the time you're giving the bite to support your narrative.
Which is why, again, we should play the entire video. And I think for me, I can do that because I don't care about my platform not being monetized. I'm not doing this for money, because money gonna naturally find its way to me. This is just a training ground for me to get my shit together so that when shit actually pops the fuck off, I know how to really rise in the sin and maintain that. Okay? And this is family right after this live. We laugh, and that's cool. I mean, hey, that's what y'all do over there. But the way that y'all speak to each other, and not even that, how y'all try, don't worry, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is not meant to divide y'all up. This is meant to give what? Criticism. That's all. But anyway, let's continue.
And it's a bite, it's taken out of context. So, we didn't see that whole video. I know how y'all like to do up here. But my thing is, fuck around and find out. She's letting you know what she's capable of and what she has the power to do. Just like if you go in front of a judge.
Now, before she gets into that is true. Because even with the whole situation with that trans woman saying that women don't own periods, that trans men can also have periods because they are both genetically female, the expression of it is different. It's not going to be everybody else's or the same. It's going to be unique in its own way. But what happened is a lot of people took what she said and just took that part out and then used it around with it. And BMU sat up here and had all these women, black women, on the panel and used it to gaslight them. But if you were to play the entire video, that's how you're able to get true context. That's how it's supposed to work. It's called the facts. It's called evidence. You need that. Which is why, again, on BubzDaGawd, we watch the entire thing. For the most part. Come defend your sin. I don't have to defend my sin. I'm already redeemed. I don't need to do anything for you. I'm going to be gay before this live, after this live, for the rest of my life. And I'll come defend my sin of being gay once you come defend your sin of gluttony. How about that? Once you get back to your high school weight, if the weight was even right, then I'll give up homosexuality. I think that'll be the right thing to do. So we know I'm gonna be gay for the rest of my life.
Judge can sentence you to the minimum.
Okay.
Or he can sentence you to the maximum.
Right. A judge, a man judge.
Discretion. The
Right.
best thing you can do is keep your ass out the system.
Mm.
And you won't have to go through that. But she was just letting you know that as my job as a prosecutor, I have the ability to make things as hard for you or as difficult for you, however you want to play that. Fuck around and find out. That's how I took that.
Now let's include the gays into that. If Trump becomes president, with the stroke of his motherfucking pen, he can bring forth Project 2025 into existence, to where the faggots now have a choice. Y'all can either choose to pretend that y'all not gay no more and be in the closet and do y'all shit in the dark so we ain't gotta really talk about it because we really lack the power to heal this shit for real. Or if you decide to walk in your truth, we're gonna have to find a way to snuff your truth out. Let's make it even more for the niggas. With the stroke of my pen, I can sit up here and take what happened with Reaganomics and put that shit on motherfucking steroids for you niggas, cause you niggas already out here shooting, you niggas already out here murking motherfuckers, y'all niggas already out here selling poison to your community. Again, BMU, y'all had the little RT live and failed, and you wonder why these black men out here doing this shit. Cause y'all gonna say later on and get on Anissa saying that Anissa ass needs to be focusing on the women. Okay, you right. She needs to be focusing on the women. You niggas need to be focusing on the niggas, and not just the gay niggas. Let the gay homosexual niggas check the other fags. Let us check the fags. You check your heterosexual brothers over there, especially the gun-toting ones. And BMU, didn't you say on the live that you weren't even gonna be on the live tonight? Because you gonna be going to your damn bar to show these old ass cougar loose lip pussy ass bitches who throwing that goddamn yucky around on young men and shit, that you gonna tell them old bitches to sit the fuck down. Okay? Anyway, let's continue.
Your ass out the system. Stay your ass from downtown and all of that, and you won't run into those problems. I think that's what she was saying. I am capable of doing this. That's how I took it.
Just like Trump said he is capable of being a dictator. Just like Trump told the Christians, you vote for me, you don't have to ever vote again. I'm going to resolve this situation for y'all if y'all give me the chance. So at this point, I guess there's like this egotistical spirit that's in both Trump and Kamala, if we're going to say that. And if we have to choose between two people that are being interpreted as egomaniacs, that says something about the American people. That says something about us, how we become so desperate that we haven't tried to make the change, which is why for me, I strive for community, which is why for me, I go into the other territories to try to have conversations with them to bridge the gap. And everybody ain't got to agree, but there's some people who do. Shout out to Tyru. Shout out to Mr. Bennett. Shout out to Dr. Nakumbe. Shout out to Beautifully Animated. Oz pays attention. Y'all just now starting to pay attention to BubzDaGawd. I've been paying attention to y'all. That's the gag. That's the thing.
I don't want nobody to address in this. Everybody give your point of view, and then we're all collectively going to take her to the king.
Now he just said, don't nobody address Anissa. Just say y'all talking points. But they're going to do it anyway. Okay? And BMU, you keep telling me, am I going to show up on the panel? I already told you how you going to get me to come over there on the panel. And last Friday was y'all chance to do that, and y'all failed. So I'll be in the comments, because I want to hear what y'all have to say. Because at this motherfucking point, my content defends me. My work defends me. The lives that I've done defends me. It's time for y'all to defend y'all fear. How about that? Which is what I want y'all to do tonight. Defend your fear. I don't want to be an interruption. And like I said, once y'all save Lil RT, once y'all use y'all red pill space connections, because there's a lot of people who are connected in that space. Y'all connected to other bigger red pill manosphere podcast and situations and experiences. Somebody got to know somebody that knows somebody that can help Lil RT. Y'all have a responsibility to do. If you want Anissa to get a YouTube channel and sit up here and tell these young bitches stop acting like young bitches and old bitches stop acting like old bitches and all this stuff and act ladylike, you are then obligated as a man, a black one at that, to start walking in your neighborhood to them gun-toting, trapping ass niggas and tell them, hey bruh, y'all gotta take that somewhere else. Put your life on the line.
That is what Kamala said. With the stroke of my pen, I can make this easy for you, or I can make this hard for you. Which way you want to do it? Because you know good well you got some people go down there and they don't, they're not smart enough to humble themselves, and whatever the case may be. And that prosecutor might say, look, you come into my courtroom with this foolishness, this is what's gonna happen to you. Just like that judge can say, you come in here with this foolishness, I'm gonna sentence you to the maximum. You don't say that to the judge, do you? Because that's his discretion. He's gonna act with what is his scope of power. That is what that judge is gonna do. That's all Kamala was saying. This is what I'm capable of doing. But since y'all never played the whole videos or anything, that's all I can say on what I saw.
Well, there it is. Whoop, there it is. And listen to Black Man's response to this.
And you know what? And nobody's gonna play a 35-minute video of her laughing, rolling her eyes back in her head, looking like a retarded salesman. But
what the fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. I have a dark sense of humor too, so sometimes the shit just be laughing. Listen. The individuals who watch the 35-minute video are the ones who actually want to be informed. Are the ones who, that's called studying to show thyself approved. You have to know all of it to have a understanding of what's going on. So I think that y'all could have played the 35-minute, I mean, y'all was on there for 5 hours. Over 5 hours. Y'all could have played the 35-minute video so that we have complete context. But I felt like if you did, then the holes in the logic would show up. But that shit had me dying, no shade. Lord. All right. So again, listen. Y'all heard BMU said, look, y'all, don't give it to her. Don't try to give it to her now. Give y'all opinions, and then we gonna rush this dick all up inside at one time on her ass. Take heed, grab the strap. Embrace the grace, grab the strap. We finna gangbang her ass after this. She gonna need that wine after this. A few bottles of it after this. But they address her anyway. And now Lost in Translation is going to tell us that he don't give a damn about context. He don't need context because he is the context. When you know what you're talking about, yes. When it's just opinion, not so much. But anyway, let's go ahead and listen to Lost in Translation give his response to Anissa, even though it was supposed to be to the thoughts on Kamala.
Last but not least, my brother Lost in Translation.
Shout out to Lost.
What are your thoughts after seeing?
You know, it's my job, because it's in my title, to translate what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I don't need context because I am context. You see what I'm saying? My whole thing is this. I know abuse of power when I hear it. You know, even Jesus himself didn't abuse his power. You know what I'm saying? He helped people whenever he could.
Right.
And I assure you, you can take whatever he said and cut it up and slice it how you want to. It never came off as fuck around and find out.
But y'all always bring up him flipping tables. That was a fuck around and find out moment, was it not? He tore the place up. Y'all keep telling us he tore the place up. And because Jesus tore the place up one time, now y'all can tear the place up anytime you want to because Jesus did it once. It's very interesting, but continue.
You see what I'm saying? It never came off like, even when he was speaking to demons, you know what I mean? And the demons were speaking to him, there was still a level of respect.
Yeah, because when you know who you are, demons can't fuck with you. All demons can do is tempt your ass. If you know who you are and you're aligned, you'll be able to deal with temptation so that temptation doesn't deal with you. Or, as the word we're going to hear later on in the live, dick discipline, which a lot of men feel like they shouldn't have to have dick discipline. even though dick discipline is beneficial to you, not just in the realm of sex, but in other areas of your life. Because when you look at energy, when you look outside the Bible as well, you learn so much more than those who just stay in the Bible, which is why they give shallow ass answers like this. Anyway, let's continue.
You know what I'm saying? Even they knew who he was. Hey, Jesus didn't have to announce who he was. In this particular situation, man, I know what it's like when people give you power unearned. You know what I'm saying? And they want to call you the DEI hire. That's what happens when true leadership is manufactured and given to you, and you really didn't earn it. You know, for some strange reason, we have a problem with handling power from time to time, especially if you've never had the responsibility or if you ever had to earn it, you know? And the thing about it is people who earn their power, they don't abuse it, man. They don't, because they understand what's behind it. You know what I mean? There's an immense pressure behind power and responsibility. Most men know this.
So does Trump know this? You said most men know this. So if most men know this, does Trump also know this as well? Individual who told motherfuckers, bitch, fuck these hoes, grab them by the pussy. The fuck? You talking to them for? Grab them by the lips. Do you think he's going to utilize his power righteously when this individual has stated multiple times that he wants to run the country like a dictator? Which means that ain't nobody getting no shit. I run this. I run this. This is Trump's America. The next person who will be America or be president of America will be Trump. So do we really honestly believe that Donald Trump, an individual who did not earn the right to be president, what political things has he done that has been a betterment to the black community? Let's just keep it at that, the black community. What benefit has he been? And for you niggas talking about $1,200, that was from the state. That was from the system. That wasn't from him. And if $1,200 is enough to buy your allegiance and loyalty after 400, 500 plus years of oppression that's still going on, wow. So it's interesting that you can see what people who are going to utilize power in a destructive way, what they look like. You can smell them coming. You can see them coming. You're using your translation skills to translate the energy to say, oh, I see the vibe. But y'all can't see this in Donald Trump? Oh.
You know, I don't understand why women don't understand this. You know, they love to say, well, I've done this and I've done that, blah, 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 blah. But my whole thing is, did you earn it?
That's the exact same thing when white people say to black people who did fucking earn it. Because again, black people have to work twice as hard. Women have to work twice as hard. That's why y'all get so mad at the successful black women who can go in spaces with other men and be seen as equal, or be or see themselves as equal, even though the niggas outside of them don't see them as that. Or that they end up doing better than the niggas who are judging them or labeling them or trying to put a ceiling or roof or gatekeep ascension because they're simply a woman. This is very interesting to me.
Because if you earned it, you know not to abuse it.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? It's a privilege. Let me tell you, one time, man, I went to court, and this judge, of course, you know, he did his little thing or whatever. You know, he said, we're going to push it back. So after court was over with, I said, let me go across the street, man. I'm going to go get me a margarita, hang out or whatever.
Right.
So next thing you know, he comes walking through the door. He sees me. And I looked him right in his eye. I said, yeah, this ain't the courtroom, buddy. Let me introduce you to real power. You know, when you don't have the full faith of the United States government behind your back and you looking at power in front of your face. That's real power.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? When 6'4", a mountain of a man standing in your face and you ain't got no police to protect your tail, that's real power. You know? But I decided I'm gonna let this slide, you know, because we're gonna do it the way I've been trained to do it.
Yeah, because if you were to display your power in the way that, unfortunately, what we're trying to get you to understand that a lot of men want to flex their power in is in the realm of violence or domination over another person. Even though you were brought into court, don't know what the situation was, and I honestly don't care, it's not my business, but you were brought into that space. So yeah, if you were to go ahead and be like how they say that you can move mountains and tell mountains to move out my way, you Sub-Zero slide push into the judge and commence to beating the judge's ass in that place, even though you had that display of power in that moment, that display of power has now fucked up your life for the rest of your life. Because like you said about being trained, you just assaulted a government official. And if you are going to, and no shade, let me just say this, if you niggas are going to attack a government official, I wish your ass would attack motherfucking George Zimmerman or some of these police officers who have killed black people in cold blood and got off with administrative paid leave. Maybe y'all niggas should do that so it can actually be a benefit to the community. But let's continue more about this power, because I'm short. I'm 5'2", so they believe it will be Hawk Smash on me. You know? But like I said, I'm Jack from The Incredibles.
You know, be careful
I'm
what you
crazy.
ask for. That's real power. And my whole thing is this: when she want to mess around and say, "Mess around and find out,"
Right.
we gonna find out. We're gonna find out what you gonna be about. But like I said earlier, I know Shinola when I see it. It's real cool to talk and say these things behind a microphone, and it's real cool to say these things behind the full face of the United States government. But unless you're willing to take a bullet, you know, unless you're willing to ball your sleeves up and get the tussling, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to it, I suggest you dial that rhetoric back. And it's a lesson that some people have a hard time figuring out until it's too late.
And you're absolutely right. Sir, you are absolutely right. But that, again, goes across the board. And let me speak at it from a queer perspective. Queer people, we unfortunately already know that there are going to be people that want to harm us. As the live that I did recently, naming all of the trans women who have, or trans people that have been unalived in brutal ways thus far, we know about the brutality. Just even your example about being this 6'4" mountain of a man with this judge, now that we're outside of the court of law, even though we still in a place that follows the law, that now ain't nothing stopping me. So if I really want to be psychotic and crazy, I can jump across this table and get at you. So we already know that, we've already dealt with that. And I feel like the only way that physicality should be a resort is when it's absolutely the last resort. The issue is a lot of people make that the first or the second resort. And when they do that, because they don't have emotional awareness or intelligence, or in the words that y'all love to use, stoicism, they allow that situation to fuck them up. So I guess the women are over emotional in they shit, and the men are over emotional in they shit. It's just that the women, for the most part, yell, scream, and try to find manipulative ways to motherfucking get back at the nigga. And for the niggas, it's just easier for them to motherfucking pop a bitch, or shoot a bitch, or hit a bitch, or choke a bitch, or slap a bitch, or body slam a bitch. When the stoic individuals are the ones who realize that this is an over emotional moment, and I should not play into it because I see it for what it is. And no shade, do y'all understand that when y'all escalate situations from verbal to physical, the person who is doing the escalation by law will always be the individual that will be in trouble? Because you escalated that. Now, if you're meeting something at the same level of escalation, that's different because now that is the realm of defense. And that's the issue. A lot of y'all don't know how to use y'all words in order to get across what y'all saying without having to use the threat of being physically violent. And if anything, that sounds like a very white supremacist type of attitude. Because what did white people do when black people said, we don't need y'all motherfuckers to rise and ascend, we gonna do it ourselves? And when we did, what the fuck happened? They came through and destroyed. I want y'all to understand energetically and from an ignorant standpoint, y'all are literally doing that to the black community. So since we're all having these viewpoints of what's destroying the black community, let's really get into it, because it's not as simple as y'all think it is. And for the individuals who think simply, we're gonna need y'all to simply not be on these panels and simply ask questions and be simple in the comment section, and allow the individuals who are dealing with context, who are dealing with nuance, who knew how to get all up and through this shit. Let them individuals be the ones that get to speak and talk. Let's continue.
You know, you don't want to push the wrong person.
Correct.
And find out.
Correct.
Just because somebody gave you a little power, because it can be taken away. That's the reason why we got the Second Amendment. It ain't so we can just have guns just to have them.
Right.
It's so that when the government decides they want to enact tyranny on its people, there's an answer for it. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. And we over here on BubzDaGawd, because you know, we the fags and the mentally ill ones. We're not the ones. You can't put us in leadership. We don't know what we gonna do. We worse than the women, and let y'all tell it. With that being said, since you're talking about the Second Amendment, why don't y'all go ahead and go to the spaces where these individuals in government are doing wrong and take it back by force like the white men do? Do it. It's your right as an American. Do it. Show us. Lead us. Okay, y'all are the ones who grew up during the civil rights movement. Y'all had the privilege to be able to see it, even though we're seeing a reemergence, or shall I say a updated civil rights movement happening. But y'all saw it in its genesis, or at least in the 60s and 70s with television showing it. It went from word of mouth to now you can factually see it. And some of y'all experienced it in your own lives. So with that being said, why don't y'all go ahead and put y'all lives on the line for your cheering, so that your cheering ain't gotta go through the same shit that y'all went through, the same thing that y'all parents went through, and grandparents and great-great-grandparents. There has to be some new way of thinking. So, again, BMU said don't address Anissa. Say what you gotta say. Address it to the main hoe, the lead hoe in charge, the hoe that's gonna kick the hodo down, and somehow all our daughters are gonna be whores now. Hell, even some of our whole sons want to be hoes, and we ain't even talking about the motherfucking Mac Daddy, motherfucking I ain't big on Casanova ass niggas like us. They want to be the bitch ass hoes. They want to be the hoes that use they holes for money. But no, y'all know Harold's favorite panelist girl had to share his thought process, okay, on Anissa. And one thing about Trey, baby, Trey gonna let your ass have it. He gonna get upset. He's gonna get mad. And I dare use the term sassy, you know, a little sass, girl, a little sass, a little fire, you know, a little, yeah. Okay, but let's listen to him respond to Anissa. Okay.
Can I, before Ricky goes, can I get this out?
Yeah.
The issue with her F around and find out, as you see it, Anissa, is that it's inappropriate for a woman in her position.
That's me talking. Okay, that's just
No.
Now, no shade. Anissa did interrupt, but I think she was doing it to try to dilute the situation. But still, to their point, y'all should let each other speak. And I didn't know that y'all can mute people mics on StreamYard. I didn't know that. I thought that only happened on Bigo. Because I wish they had that feature over here. I think that would probably be one of the best features to use. Okay, let this person respond, and when you want to talk, raise your hand. I think that's an amazing way to regain order when things get too far. But they let shit get very far on this panel. It had me gagged. I'm like, damn. Y'all ain't had to do Anissa like that, because it ain't just this. This whole live, they kind of was like trying to, I guess, educate Anissa, because Anissa, according to them, is this older woman who is not married and all this shit, who probably didn't get her pussy up and it got mileage on it and all this stuff, which is why, girl, I was about to say something dark, girl, it's the weed, the edible, the weed, but all this stuff, to where it's like, damn, Anissa is really the one who's asking the real question. Okay, y'all talk about hoes. Okay, we gonna talk about the wives. Instead of having the wives come up here and reaffirm or be an echo chamber of what the men are saying. When there's more to being a wife than just cooking and cleaning and washing everything. And then we're gonna discover later on, really, what the ultimate goal of marriage is. It's not even really about love and commitment. It ain't about for better or worse, richer and poor, and sickness and health till death do us part. The real thing is, it's that pussy. That's what we're married for, the pussy hole, girl. Cause no shade, as a man who has a dick, I'm a gay man, but I'm still a man, bitch. I understand that busting the nut is one of, or for some niggas, it's the best feeling in the world. It's the top 3 for me, okay? So I understand how that feels. But even we use that ignorantly. Even we haven't been educated on how to use our sexual energy in the way that we need to. Because if we gonna play this game about what's natural and all this other type of stuff, guess what? When some of y'all niggas' dicks start getting limp, don't get no blue chews. Don't get no Hims pills prescription. Don't smoke no horny goat weed from the gas station. Don't get no honey pack. The Lord said it is your time to be done. I ain't ready, Lord. Well, that's what I said.
Let him finish.
That has nothing to do with Kamala. That's what I said.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Correct. It's you talking, and I'm replying to you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm replying to you.
Okay.
That's calmly saying, shut up, bitch.
The issue with the F around and find out when people hold the authority to take your life and or your liberty is that that's not something that you can use. That's not how you're supposed to behave.
Right.
When you are in these positions.
I understand.
You can literally control someone's life.
I agree with that.
For those of us who have been in those positions, when handcuffs go on a person, you know I'm responsible for that person now.
Yeah. You're the public servant.
I had a woman one time called us for a man. We get there, we find probable cause, we make an arrest, put him in handcuffs. She started beating him up in handcuffs. I almost dropped her on her head because I'm gonna get in trouble now.
Right, but you ain't got to drop her on the head. Ma'am. Have somebody grab her. Ma'am, move back. You can use your voice, because y'all be saying when y'all raise y'all voice and put some bass in y'all shit, y'all listen. Which is why I'm kind of tapping into y'all energy right now. Y'all bag right now. You can use that. It don't have to always be excessive force. And on top of that, she's a female. According to y'all thing, they weak as fuck, they're fragile. You're this big muscular man. So there are ways to still resolve the situation without having to be a physical one. Now, unless her ass is built like Respucia and has the energy and the sass of it, or you wrestling goddamn China or Brock Lesnar's daughter, or some sort of woman who is a femme fatale assassin who is good at their damn job, you shouldn't have to use excessive force. But I do agree with what he says. When you are in those positions of power where you can take someone's life, you have to have a certain level of awareness, because if you make a mistake because you have that power, you'll fuck your life up. Oh, just like some of the cops who've done that. Like the individual who shot that black woman in the face when she rebuked what he said in the name of Jesus. And like I said, y'all can give that smoke to Kamala. We're just saying give that smoke to Trump as well. Let's continue further.
Because he's my responsibility. He's handcuffed. He can't protect himself. He can't defend himself. So he's now my responsibility.
Correct.
These people have these responsibilities, and then they want to make sound bites. The fact of the matter is that whether it's a sound bite or not, whether we truly understand the context or not, and I gave her some grace, it's still inappropriate. No matter how you come across, it's still inappropriate. It's a comment that didn't need to be said. My question to you is how many times over the next 4 years, should she be elected, is she going to say some shit that should not be said?
Meanwhile, y'all sit up here and talk about how y'all like Trump because y'all don't know what the fuck he gonna say. Y'all gonna be sitting here guessing every time because there's an entertainment aspect and factor of it, and that he's gonna say the things that y'all wish y'all could say. And again, I appreciate your lens when it comes down to Kamala, because again, if you're going to be in any leadership position, I feel like you need to be vetted the fuck out. I think you need to be motherfucking investigated to make sure that you have the best interest. So do what y'all do. Again, checking the blind spots. But my thing is, when you're checking the blind spots, you also have to learn how to also start checking your own blind spots. So with that being said, can you also make sure that Trump does that too? Because again, there are some things that he has said during his campaign trail thus far that is troubling. And y'all continue to tell us that, hey, it's a media tactic, it's a fear-based tactic. But yet y'all have the right, y'all are exempt to be able to have such a level of awareness that this is this impending doom that's going to happen if her ass becomes president. And like y'all said, when it was Joe Biden, the lesser of two evils, we're still in the lessers of two evils situation. And the gag is that whether it was Biden or Kamala, they were going to be the lesser of the real evil. The fact that y'all want to have allegiance to this greater evil is even more questioning to me.
I got a bone to pick with Trump right now, talking about his rallies had more people than MLK. Nigga, you tripping. Shut up.
Okay. I was just going to say,
up.
make sure you extend the measuring stick on both sides.
Right.
Regardless if I extended the measuring stick on 50 different sides, it's irrelevant. I'm talking about Kamala.
Well, Kamala's going to represent the whole fucking country, so if she's going to be the representative of the whole fucking country, I think there needs to be some sort of greater awareness with that. So yeah, we need to motherfucking do this on 50 and 100 fucking ends. Especially as black people, because we keep getting the same shit keep happening, and now we internalizing that shit and fucking ourselves up. Oh yes, we need to make sure we vet the fuck out of that. I mean, didn't y'all niggas not learn from... Girl... To y'all point, did y'all not learn from the Obama situation? The fact that y'all were all, the fact that y'all, in a sense, now that I'm thinking about it, are we vetting the niggas this intensely because we know what the fuck white people gonna give us, so we kind of find a way to just be like, well damn, if you can't beat them, join them type situation, but still having a little hope on the back end that some shit gonna work out for us? Now that I'm thinking about it, that's what I gotta believe it to be, because anything other than that is kind of like very alarming. Do y'all think that Trump is not gonna fuck with y'all? Y'all gonna be what, the good niggas?
See, this is one of the problems that y'all. This is one of the problems that y'all have. The moment somebody points a finger at you, you say, "Well, what about? Well, what about? Well, what about? Well, what about?" Nah, we talking about Kamala. The video's about her.
That is, and it's your opinion.
Well, the context of the live is about hoes, and y'all got y'all got Sexy Red, and y'all got motherfucking a Glorilla on there, and none of those motherfuckers was mentioned in this shit. So since y'all can have this type of live with the thumbnails, not really giving us the true context again, just giving y'all what y'all view of it, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. And like I always say on BubzDaGawd, it's equality across the board, because one thing that BMU does is the same thing. Well, what about this? Well, what about this? Let's talk about it all at this fucking point. Let's do it. Let's talk about all of the shit. But the gag is that when we talk about all of the shit, you're gonna be in there. So the fag over here has accepted to play the game with y'all, to get to y'all level of understanding. Okay, let's play the game. The fag is this horrible, nasty okay, then let's walk in our societal what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotypical viewpoint. Okay, we gonna walk in it. Everybody else gonna walk in they shit too. And I think queer people need to call them out. If we fags, y'all beluga whales. If we digging the booty, sweet booty ass niggas, girl, y'all are MWTs, man with titties, man with titties. That black man got some titties, girl. Let's be all of it. Like I said, I grew up during the era of Mad TV, of roast, of Lisa Lampanelli, white racist ass, funny as fuck. Let's go ahead and do it. All I'm just gonna say is that across the board, it's gonna be equal. That's all Christ was saying at the end of the day. All this shit equal. All this shit equal. When you realize that, that's when you can really start making true, genuine change that affects people outside of what you believe too, because it inspires them to find their own way of freedom. But let's continue.
You're entitled to it.
It's
And
about to get hot. Let me shut the hell up.
And the fact of the matter is that
Your
women
opinion.
like you, this is your response. Your typical response is not me. What about them? That's what you just
my
did.
thing is, this is
Fuck
your
what
opinion.
I-
That's
first
how
of
you
all,
took
Anissa,
it.
shut
It's your
up. I
opinion.
didn't interrupt you, Anissa. I
Ooh.
didn't fucking interrupt you one bit.
I'm
One
not
bit. I didn't say a
cursing.
word when you were sitting there saying that fuck around and find out
I'm not
nonsense.
cursing.
I didn't say a fucking word. Shut up. Just be
I don't have
quiet.
to shut up, motherfucker.
No, you need to be quiet. Be
Oh
quiet.
Lord. Oh.
The fact of the matter is that we got women that are in positions of authority and you don't know how to handle it. You don't know what to do with it. Lost just said it. When you earn it, you understand that you have to treat people with respect. I could have dropped niggas on their head left and right if I wanted to. But instead, I approached them with respect. When I went in a man's house to go deal with an issue in his house, I said, hey man, I know this is your house.
Right.
Let's talk like men.
Right.
Can we have a conversation?
Yes.
Because I got called here, so I have to do my job.
Yes. That
But
would
I'm
be
not
the
going to
preferable
disrespect you
thing.
in your own home. Even though I have authority. Authority is irrelevant. And I got more out of these men just by talking to them like men and treating them with respect.
So you were able to do that when you had more of a humanistic approach, by respecting them. Because a lot of people, all they really want to do is be heard. That's simply it. To be heard. That's why I said I'm not going to go on the panel for a third time, because we're not going to be hearing each other. It's going to be a read. It's going to be a roast. And the way that I read and roast, y'all really haven't heard it yet. It's going to be to the point to where niggas going to want to literally hurt me. And as an individual who has been bullied growing up, I don't think that would be a wise thing to do. I don't talk big shit. I'm not no gang trap ass nigga. I'm not no motherfucking demon time ass nigga. I'm not no nigga that's gonna be out here looking for your ass and all that type of shit on site ass nigga. No. But when people start to move from the level of conversation to now idle threats, physical ones, that changes the narrative of the situation. And it shows really how counterproductive that is. Because if you're walking in true objective truth, you wouldn't have to resort to something like that. What the fuck you're saying and the energy that you're walking in would be more than enough. I have never once stated or said on my platform that I was gonna put my hands on any motherfucking body as far as offensively, like I'm gonna be finding you. I don't do that. Because I understand things about spirituality outside of the Bible. that reminds me or helps to keep myself balanced, aligned, and in check, because I'm trying to receive good karma and good experiences in my life. We all promised bad shit. I'm not trying to add extra bad shit on top of the shit that's already gonna happen. So you have to build some sort of discipline. But now a lot of these panels are just places for people to project their bullshit, and you have a right to do that. But if you're going to sit up here and talk about community and blackness, we need to start finding ways in strengthening those intersections of blackness, because a tree doesn't have one or two fucking roots. It has so many roots. It takes so many roots to help keep this tree healthy. And the fact that y'all be over here cutting off other roots from all other different places and angles off because of fear and ignorance, it fucks up the whole tree. And for those of us that are part of community, especially in black spaces, yeah, we're gonna do that. And at the end of the day, I am still a man, even though I am a man that is strong and aware enough to love another man. Let me shut up.
I find it funny that women in positions of authority seem to forget this. That respect goes a long way, which is why Kamala don't want to come talk to black men, because she knows she got to lead with respect, and she has none for us, which is why I don't fuck with her. Now you can go in these.
Okay, so with those spaces, would you prefer her to go to the red pill spaces? Because all the red pill spaces is doing exactly what the women's sphere does. On both toxic ends or extreme ends of the spectrum. Interesting.
So would you say that Putin and Xi and Kim Jong-un are the examples of what you're talking about?
And I'm glad she asked that question, because those are people that, again, so we're talking about history. Let's accept the fact, okay, Kamala was a hoe. She was a hoe. She did the one thing that y'all expect women to do, is to suck some dick and some shit like that. It's the fact that somebody was willing to pay her for that. So anyway, she's a hoe. Let's get that. Okay, that's a part of her shit. Okay, well, our president is a hoe. Donald Trump ass has history in the background too. Look at the individuals that he went to go meet with, like the individuals that Anissa mentioned, who are complete, total dictators. Who, if you stand against them, bitch, you die. There is no conversation. There is no talking. There is no context. There is no nuance. The only thing that's going to be contextual and nuance is the name and brand of this bullet and the fucking photos that's going to be taken of your ass, bitch, post-mortem. The fact that the first lady was a hoe, her damn self, just a white, tight-faced one. Who basically copied, since y'all was earlier talking about scripted stuff and Kamala following the script, at least she being a black woman who's subservient to the system and the script, at least she's obedient. You can give her a green light or a check plus for that. But didn't Melania sit up here and completely rip off Obama's wife, Michelle's speech and book, word for word?
As far as what? They're leaders of nations.
Okay, and do you think they lead with humility? You don't think that they wield their power and their force and all of those things? But it's
what the
okay
hell do
for
I give
that.
a shit? I'm not North Korean nor Russian. I don't care.
Ask the question. I just asked the question.
I don't care. I don't.
Okay, you don't care. The reason why she asked that question, sir, is because, again, the person that is the opposition of Kamala is walking in that same mindset, that same likeness, that same sort of power and control and authority. What she's asking you is that since Donald Trump is sent by God, girl, ordained by God, y'all seen the pictures, y'all seen the paraphernalia and memorabilia out there, girl. White men excited, dicks getting hard and shit because Trump about to save them. This is the second coming of Christ, girl, and it's an orange motherfucker with a toupee. Y'all talk about Kamala and her using this pen as a weapon. What do you think he's going to do with it? So she kind of asking you like, bro, okay, Kamala, let's accept that. Trump doing the same thing. And your argument is, well, y'all can't keep doing the same thing because that's always your stuff. That's called hypocrisy. But it just strengthened the narrative even more about misogyny and toxic patriarchy. Toxic is the viewpoint of trying to limit something. That is what makes it toxic, under this false illusion that if this thing goes by, it will destroy things. And again, if Kamala is speaking in that way, so is Trump. So why are y'all not aware enough to be able to call that out? And Mr. Bennett was on the platform, but he left because again, he knew that some shit was about to pop the fuck off, and he has a brain and he can only do what the hell he can do. He can't carry the show on his back. So when he left, I lost hope for the panel. But Anissa came through and brought me hope. She did. Let's continue.
And that's the thing, and we don't care how you feel about Kamala's statement. It's just your opinion.
We don't give a fuck about how you feel then.
I don't give a fuck about how you feel then.
You got too much fucking wine, Slam. You need to chill out.
I'm gonna stop it with one.
You need to chill out. Because you come up here talking crazy because you think that you know a little bit about a Riesling that you Wikipedia'd earlier. No.
Wikipedia.
You give respect, you get respect.
Well, then why didn't you shut up while I was talking there? Because I gave you respect. I didn't interrupt you.
You stopped. You were disrespectful when you started cursing, and I did not use any.
I started cursing because you interrupted me.
That's no reason to curse.
Don't tell me how to talk.
Okay, then don't tell me I can't interrupt you.
I'm a grown ass man.
I'm a grown ass woman. Don't tell me I can't interrupt you.
Then have some fucking respect and don't interrupt
me.
You ain't shit. You ain't nobody.
Don't
fucking interrupt.
You're wicked. Wicked. You're wicked. That's right. You're wicked.
Girl, this Timu version of Steve Harvey. Services. Yo, wicked #1. Girl. Chicklet teeth and all, girl. He got these damn eyebrows like them goddamn old kung fu masters and shit. Sifu. So that was Trey's response to it. Okay. Now, at this point, Black Man shows the video. That is the reason for the season of the live, where he was on someone else's panel talking to someone else, and this individual said, my brethren. Don't call our women bitches and hoes, bro. Don't call them that, bro. They not hoes. They just misguided ass women. And Black Man said, bitch, fuck that. They some nasty ass yeast infecting, herpes simplex, goddamn baby machete ass graveyard, stank dollar store motherfucking pussy smelling ass, spotted dirty ass panties roach by the ear, all type of shit ass bitches. And that energy is in competition with the homosexual energy, girl. The Satan is coming back and he's fucking up everybody, girl. These women ain't misguided. The only thing that they misguided to is which dick they gonna suck next, which dick they gonna hop on the next. So everybody else on the panel, of course, give their responses. And then it was Anissa's turn. And she gave her interpretation as a black woman. A good one at that. Or shall I say a black woman that knows her worth That's internal. The external is just a luxury. But internally, she knows who the fuck she is, and she knows what she's worthy of. And she not finna sit up here and compromise on that, because the God that she serves says that it will do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you could ever ask or think. She believe in it. Y'all may not, but she is. But she gives her interpretation of misunderstanding that seems to me to be the most reasonable, contextual, and nuanced one. Let's continue.
Well, interesting question. I think it's so many things that could lead a person, to that. Interesting. I had a conversation with a young lady the other day, and she was about 16, and she was of mixed race. Her dad was black, her mom was white, and she said that her mother taught her something. And she said that her mother taught her that whoever controls the cookie controls the relationship. So there are.
And before she goes forward, because she's gonna say that she believed that it's whole-like energy or a misguided way of speaking, which, again, I can understand why they say that. My interpretation of that is the fact that you've ever heard the term happy wife, happy life? When I used to work at K&G and I would have husbands and wives come in, that was always the case. Grown-ass men who went to work, who first of all didn't even know how to dress their fucking selves for the most part, would come in and ask me to do it for them. And I would sit up here and go through all of these different selections to help they indecisive ass out, because normally their wife does this. Just like how the wives do a lot of important things. They're really the ones maintaining the house, possibly maintaining the finances. If these women were bad women, they wouldn't have to do a lot to fuck y'all up. They know everything. The fuck? But every single time that I would almost complete their suit hookups and what they wanted and shit, and I was ready to take these motherfuckers to the counter because they were getting on my last goddamn nerve. Hold on, boss man. Hold on. I gotta take a picture and send it to the boss. Wait a minute. You the one with the dick and balls, nigga. What you mean the boss? I gotta send it to the boss. Who is the boss? The wife. Because again, she has what a lot of men, when they in it, they'll start appreciating it and calling it the most beautiful thing, and she's the goddess of the earth and the mother nature and all this shit. That pussy be so good that you be willing to just do dumb shit for it. Even get married to somebody that you really don't even love like that, but the pussy's good. Just like there are women out there fucking with niggas who ain't shit because the dick is good. Everybody dick and pussy-tized. They don't even know who the hell they is. And that's on every time. Every time. I remember one time I was helping this guy out with his suit because they was going to this damn event. And his wife was with him. And I put this tie we had 3 different tie combinations. I had one and he liked that one. He was like, oh, I like that one. That one look good, man. I like that. Oh, that look good. And she said, well, put the one I want back on there again. I said, okay. I don't know, I like that one. I like that. Put the other one back on, and I did. I'm like, okay, you like that one? Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. Then she gonna turn around and say, well, he's not the one that's gonna wear it. And she put back her damn tie that she wanted. And in my mind, because I'm a sarcastic ass individual, and girl, I'm gay, my mind works fast. Back then, I didn't know how to physically defend myself, unlike I do now. Now I know, girl, I feel like I'll be crazy. That's why I don't be trying to have it go to that level. But I was talking shit in my mind, and I wanted to put my tie back and be like, bitch, you ain't wearing it either. This is what he wearing. But if I would have said that, I would have lost my job. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that woman letting that little girl know at the end of the day, you are the prize. The society has taught you that until a man chooses you, you ain't nothing. even though the man ain't really choosing you as a person. He just choosing the pussy hole that's attached to the person.
Some young women that are actually misguided by their parents, by their own mothers, who don't teach them right, you know, who don't teach them to value yourself and value your body. And, this is how a lady conducts herself, and prepare to be a wife. There are some young ladies that are actually being taught the wrong things, and unless they can turn themselves around, unless they can get around a good mentor or a good example, that could very well be the path that they are on. And we see it. We see it every day. We see it on both sides: Black women, white women, Hispanic women.
And before you go further, to kind of just expound on my point, because I just thought about it. How would you feel, and this is a question to Anissa, how would you feel if a woman let her younger daughter or female family member know, look, no shade, girl, because pretty soon you're going to be spotting and you have to buy your own tampons. But until then, listen, a lot of these men out here want what you have between your legs. That's one of the goals in life. And as a man, we like busting nuts. So yes, we enjoy that very much. We would like a lot of it. A lot of it. A lot of it. A lot of it. But, you know, a lot of it. Let me stop. A lot of it. But to say, look, because you know, and I'm telling you that these men want this, these boys want this, you have the power to be able to literally control the trajectory of the relationship, which if utilized in the right way, not in a manipulative way, but in a right way, you're gonna have to get to know who I am first. We're gonna have to see if we are actually compatible. I gotta see how you are with your mama, how you are with your sister, how you are with just other women. How are you with the waitress at the motherfucking local IHOP? How are you to other human beings? How are you to my friends? How are you to my family? God damn it, how are you to your fucking self? And when you have proven yourself worthy, because at this point, both motherfuckers gotta prove to each other. And if we're gonna play this game about nature and all that type of stuff, where the man is the prize and the man gotta choose you, let's look at the animal kingdom. Y'all hate when we go there, but it's a part of nature, it's a part of God. Usually it's the niggas that gotta perform and shook and jive and shit and grab all type of branches and put shit together. Usually it's the niggas battling each other out for the people, girl. I don't really see the motherfucking female hyenas and the motherfucking female lionesses and shit and rhinoceroses and elephants and stuff. I don't see all the female them fighting for the man. It usually be the male lions fighting for the harem of hoes and fighting to protect the harem of hoes. Cause what's better than one piece of pussy? 2 pieces of pussy. You'll see. So I feel like, again, the question is, how do you feel about it in that narrative, to let little girls know, to let women know, you have the power in your pants. Man gonna do all they can to try to get up in your pants. He'll tell you all kind of things to get in your pants. And didn't she die? I hope nobody unalived her because she was telling the truth. If you use your pussy discipline, because niggas got dick discipline, use your pussy discipline to be able to love yourself and know what you deserve, you'll be able to attract the individual who's going to be willing to wait for that and get to know who you are, so that when y'all do go down the aisle, that y'all genuinely honor sickness, health, rich or poor, better or worse, till death. And not just do it because the pussy is good.
So women, there are a lot of women that are definitely misguided.
Right.
A lot of things that are sometimes, unfortunately, personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of us are in sin. You know, every single one of us.
What the Bible says.
Some of us are
They ain't like that.
are weak, and some of us have not surrendered ourselves to a belief higher than ourselves. And when you haven't done that, you'll do just about anything with anybody.
That is true. When you don't have a sense of self or connection to a higher self, and you find a way to bridge that gap, again, working out your own personal soul salvation, until you do that, you will be led astray by anybody who will tell you how to get to hope. And let's look at organized religion. That's why they've been pimping the church, and especially oppressed groups of people for so fucking long. Because again, like I've always said that y'all never address, what about all these great cathedrals in these inner cities, girl, in these hoods and neighborhoods where there's 3 to 4 fucking funeral homes, bitch, within the church's radius, and they stay on bump, not because of natural death, but because of what misguidedness looks like. Because again, the misguided are also in the community, and they can destroy the community. Just like, again, how to trap ass niggas. And like I said, get it all. Tell us what the fags need to do, and we'll look at it. Tell me tonight, black man, I want you to tell the queer community what the fuck you need them to do. Y'all don't want to roast. You will lose my gang undefeated, black man. One thing that y'all will never do is out roast and out read a homosexual. That is impossible. That is impossible. That is impossible. And you know what? It would kind of be dope to kind of like have a roast if it was on a neutral platform. I'm not going on y'all platform. I already saw how the fuck y'all did a Nissa girl. Y'all muted her damn mic and everything. No. Because y'all get to control the narrative. On the neutral platform, that would be dope. And I vote Mr. Bennett. I vote Tyru. I vote Mandrell. I wish Dr. Nakumbe was there. I vote Dr. Nakumbe. We can have a roast. Again, I'm all about laughing. And I feel like, no shade, I feel like until like an ultimate legendary showdown roast happens, I feel like that's going to be the one where we get all this shit out. And hopefully with me, I like edutainment. Hopefully we'll be able to laugh this shit out to where it's like, you know what? Y'all right. Y'all right. Even though y'all some faggots, y'all right. You know what? Y'all right too. Even though y'all have under titty chafing and shit, y'all right. Even though y'all low-key lactating, pause, y'all still all right. I just can't eat no food around you. I just can't leave nothing around you. Okay, I can't leave my DoorDash open around y'all. I'm getting hit with charges and shit. Who the hell spent $1,000 at McDonald's, nigga? Like it's the shit.
So there's so many reasons, for it. I hate generalizations, things that I hear like all black women are this, that. I can't stand that because that's absolutely not true. I hate when I hear comments like that. But I think that a great number of women probably are misguided. And they're sad, but there are some women that might just choose.
Here's an idea, black man. What? I like that idea of a roast. Why don't you make tonight's live a roast to the queer community? I'ma come. And my thing is, I want y'all to make me laugh. Damn it. I told y'all, for me, I grew up during the era of Mad TV where everybody was being made fun of. So if we gonna take it in that route, that might be a good route too. We can find a way to get our shit out in a comedic way and laugh that shit out. All I'm gonna say is be funny. That it is. That's the thing tonight. You should change the black man, the roast of the queer community. That would be legendary. You know how many views you would get off that? All you gotta do is have like a damn hotline. We're gonna give you 5, we're gonna give you 3 minutes to say whatever the fuck you wanna say to the queer community. All we asking is for you to be funny. Do that. Do that. And then in response, we're gonna do the queer edition. So there'll be no interruptions. There'll be no one trying to change the directory. I think that is the thing. So let's do that. That'll be awesome, black man. Tonight, roast. I want you to roast the fuck out of me. Call me all type of dick in the booty ass nigga. Girl. Do all that. Hey, I give y'all permission. All I'm asking is to make it funny, make me laugh. Have me in the comments saying aha, 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 aha. And y'all can get dark if y'all want to. Again, I like dark humor. Everything ain't for everybody. So y'all can get dark with it. Go ahead, please. But all I'm going to say is, once y'all get all that out, I want y'all to have that same respect and awareness when the queer people do it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Let the queer people be in the audience. Ain't no queer people gonna be on the live. This for the heteros only. This is hetero pie only. Y'all gay niggas go in the back. Y'all already doing that anyway, so y'all might as well do it outside. Go back in the back and watch it.
Choose a certain way of life, whether it's
Hilarious.
to their own detriment. That's my take on it.
Anissa, that just mean the mama is a hoe now.
Damn.
Huh?
That just mean the mama is a hoe. If she told her
And she
that
admitting it.
whoever controls the
She
cookie,
did the shit.
that's just an old hoe move. That's all.
Old hoe
the mama
move.
a hoe. Anissa,
Exactly.
come on now, you just answered it now.
Baby.
I just said it. So if you're
Take heed, be had me dying. I love how she be, cause she could be sweet as pie, but baby, when it's time, girl, I love how Take Heed be, and she is a beautiful melanated woman. She is. She reminds me of this one girl I went to college with, who was in my acting class, one of my acting classes, and she had a crush on me and everything or whatever. She had a husband. She didn't give a fuck. She low key was thinking about cheating and shit. I'm like, I'm gay. Then she brought up the Bible. I'm like, before then you was telling me how you like your pussy sucked on and all this other type of shit. You looking at me, and now that I told you I'm gay, now we best friends and shit. We skipping class and shit, bitch. We doing all this stuff, but she reminds me of her. But baby, I gotta believe that Take Heed is a woman who will give you love, girl, but she got a switchblade underneath that turban, baby. She got a couple of pistols up there, okay? And I like individuals like that who balance. I love the Lord, but I also shoot for the Lord. Where that one nigga saying that song, in that one song, y'all better praise God or I'ma shooting. That's on God. I don't play about my Lord and Savior. I'm on my job. If it ain't about Jesus, I'ma stab you in the face. If you ain't a Christian, I'ma shoot you with this K. Come on.
mother is raising you that way, that is your guidance. That's the woman that's guiding you. So that is a young girl that is going to be on the wrong path unless she makes a turn or something happens or someone comes into her life to say, no, this is not how you should behave.
Anissa, why are we doing so much word salad now right there? You just already answered it. You should have just said the mama is a hoe. That's it.
No, Take Heed. She didn't do no word salad. What she did was give the one thing that Lost Translation said he don't need because he is it. Context, and gave nuance to that. She gave some of the reasons that why they are lost, and that these mothers be leading their children down this way because these women are not whole, healed in their own way, and they're performing along with the niggas. Everybody pretending instead of actually healing and getting shit done right, is what she's saying. And she said unless she runs into people who see her worth and continue to see her worth even though she doesn't see it right now, but go with her on that journey to grow in that worth to where she starts believing it and it changes her life for the better, or she meets a man who is willing to be patient and love her and see her other than what society is seeing her as a whore. Gutter, snipe, slut, bucket bitch from the depths, okay, of hell. Because Uncle Ricky said that Lucifer had a pussy. Lucifer had pussy, girl.
I'm done. I'm finished.
Okay. Now, we got two more. And I just wanted to put this part up here again. Shout out to Trey. Trey is going to explain how he believes, no shade, at the core genesis and basis of it all, that all women are whores. And again, it's true for men, and according to the Bible, Eve was made from Adam's rib, so she's gonna have the same capabilities that Adam has in a different, unique expression. Yeah, you got a dick and balls, but she got a pussy, and you need both of those to produce children. That's what y'all tell us. That's what y'all told us. You know what I'm saying? So there is equal power there. So if women are hoes, so are men. At this point, people just want to fuck. People want to fuck for multiple reasons. Everybody not fucking to have kids. If that's the case, then remove all condoms. Remove all forms of contraception. And a lot of y'all gonna be funding backdoor motherfucking abortions. At that rate.
Trade you up, brother.
What's up, man? Hey, you know, it's my belief that to some degree all women are whores. To some degree.
That's strong.
The exchange of money for sexual activity is a tale as old as time. There's nothing new about this.
And let's also talk about that. That low key, in a sense, at the genesis of it all, is the same thing about marriage. Do y'all not understand that when marriage was created, it was literally about property? Literally about property. Motherfuckers was getting married for cows and shit and land and shit. Have y'all not forgetting the color purple? You better not never tell nobody but God. Have y'all forgotten that? These real life situations and experiences that have fucking happened? And basically women are getting married so they can have a man protect, provide, and be their covering. All in exchange, for the most part, for some of them sweet ass sugar walls. Because again, our pain, shout out to him himself, said there is nothing harder for a man to turn down than a willing. It's one thing when you on that you Bill Cosby shit, but when a motherfucker is bending over and looking back at you and you see the pink and you smell the pink and the pink is winking at you, it's gonna be difficult for you to turn that down. And I want you to understand, if you are a man with a dick, that's all of us. That's on the gay side too. So you're right, ain't nothing new under the sun. The issue is that in these relationships, in these marriages, people are not happy and satisfied, which is why the divorce rate is where it's at. These issues are a lot deeper than what y'all think. Y'all trying to simplify this shit when these are things that are not fucking simple. If they were, it would already been solved. But we need to have a deeper way of thinking and understanding that is outside the box, because the box that has been given to us is limiting us. But anyway, shout out to the hoes.
So
in different areas,
to some degree, I'm a firm believer that all women are gold diggers. Some are just better at hiding the shovel. So I'm gonna.
So is that why y'all want women to marry y'all with prenups? You gotta love me for me. You gotta love me for me. God damn it, are you enough? Are you enough? Would you still be you and still be powerful and still be popping if you didn't have the millions, if you didn't have the fame, the popularity, if you didn't have the influence, nigga? Would you hold me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me? But let's not forget about what Kanye also said in that song, Mitch. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. And when they get on, they leave your ass for a white girl.
Wait a second. I'm gonna listen to Brother Clarence and try to understand where he's coming from, and try to understand his point. But if it walks like if it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck.
Or it could be a motherfucking hunter with a duck call situation going on to attract the fellow ducks and shoot them out the sky. Are you doing your research?
I don't need to be convinced of anything else. And to Ricky's point, there are a lot of women out here that a whore life is a life they would rather live. And I think a lot of men You need to take your capes off and accept the fact that a lot of women want to live this lifestyle. This is the way they want to be. And you got to let them rock. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Remember that. Don't waste your time trying to save these hoes. They're not loyal or anything because they don't want to be saved. I want y'all to remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind, what he just said. And the issue is hoes can be saved. To your point, Trey, there has to be some level of awareness of wanting to be saved. But the way that y'all go about bringing awareness to this is not in an affirmative way to even try to get to know these individuals, to allow them to be safe enough to be able to tell y'all what's really going on out in a greater depth than whatever your scope is at that time that you haven't even studied to show yourself approved of. It was something that was taught to you and you was raised to see. Okay, y'all. Because this next one gonna be the crazy one. So anyway, remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Now, Anissa's gonna ask the question because you see Anissa already. Y'all see the thumbnail? Hold on. Y'all see the thumbnail? That's how I was when I was screen recording this shit. I was looking just like Anissa. I'm sitting there like, Lord. You did say, Father, forgive them for they know not what they doing. Shit, because this show is it. But anyway, she's gonna ask the question, and the question that she asked can even be asked to me, because a lot of my content is queer centered. You know, the difference between me is that with my content I come up with solutions or give my opinions and perspectives, and I actually do community work off of YouTube. And I'm trying to grow more in my awareness so I can continue to do that on a bigger and greater scale for humanity. But according to Anissa, she is saying, we talk about hoes all the time. We talk about them twice a week, almost as close to the heterosexual thing. And low-key, a part of me is like, nigga, do we need to ask you niggas some questions? Because the ones that are very homophobic and misogynistic, girl, are the ones who be doing the gay shit worse than the gays. Allegedly. But she's asking the question, are we going to talk about hoes the whole time? Like, are we at least going to have a conversation about, okay, how do we help the hoes? How do we convert the hoes? How do we teach women who are in the early stages of hoism and possibly get in touch with the ultimate fucking slayer of the whole spirit, girl, some way, somehow, like Geralt from The Witcher, bitch? But we gotta work one step at a time. Are we gonna do something that actually help the hoes who are looking at this channel like, I'm tired of being a hoe, I don't want to be a hoe no more, how do I stop being a hoe? Are we gonna do that? Give them some salvation, girl? And girl, black man hit him with that motherfucking girl. These hoes going to hell, so why should they get any form of heaven on this bitch? They hoes. These are the same individuals, girl, who claim or talk about using the scripture of Jesus saving the hoe from being stoned. Well, he also said, do not go and sin no more. I feel like Christ also had more conversations with her ass to understand her, because you saved her life. It don't just end and you walk away. You gonna want to know what the fuck is going on. But it's funny that y'all would use it, even though in reality, y'all would be the niggas with the stones in hand, ready to hit this bitch, ready to hit Jesus in the head, because he get in the way of yo stoning this whole bitch time. Now I want y'all to listen to this, and I'm going to mute myself for the best I can, girl. Because this clip is like 21 minutes long. We almost towards the end, y'all. We in Black Men Unfiltered's chat tonight. It's the roast. If your ass can't handle the roast, you can stay out of it. That's perfectly fine. But for those of you who is on that same level of roast and be like, okay, cool, as long as we doing Laugh-A-Palooza, let's do it. We gonna be over there tonight, girl. It's gonna be Kiki and Ha Ha. I done read up on some good ass weed too. Yes. Let's have some edutainment. Okay? Cause I tell y'all, once y'all do y'all roast, the queer gonna do it. I'm gonna drop the link too for the queers, girl. We gonna have a good old time. And I hope y'all in the building. Cause we be in the building. Y'all be scared to come over here. No shade. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
Talk to you. So what you got to say?
I think I have a different question. Personally.
Now, before you move the goalposts, let's address what Rick just said. Okay. Listen, I felt grease on the ground trying to slide. So let's go back and address what Ricky said before we move on.
Well, I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm just gonna. I guess Ricky, what my question would be is, how long are we gonna talk about hoes? I don't know how long I've been up here, but that's all we've been talking about all of this time is hoes. So is the objective to?
Sorry. I had to say this because I just popped in my mind, and I promise I'm gonna shut the hell up for the most part. Try to. When I was in BMU's chat, when they were doing the Little RT situation, I was asking them to hurry up and speak about Little RT because we was 2 hours in and we done talked about golf. Y'all did the nigga BET Soul Train centric TV version of the debate between Trump and goddamn Biden and shit. Okay, and somebody in the chat said to me, and I don't think it wasn't Nissa. It was somebody in the chat that said to me, oh, well, I mean, can you talk about watermelon for 2 hours? If you know what the hell you talking about when it comes to watermelon, what do you want to know? How a watermelon is made? How to slice a watermelon up? Do you want a watermelon drink, a watermelon slushy bitch, a watermelon ice cream girl? Do you want watermelon candy girl, watermelon? Do you want the watermelon girl? And there are different melons. I'm just giving y'all the water. Do you want the other melons, bitch? What do you want? So to her point, are we gonna sit up here and talk about hoes for all this time? And Black Men Unfiltered said yes. Yes, for 5 hours we talking about these hoes, these dirty pussy ass hoes, these used vagina ass hoes. We gonna talk about them.
Make a hoe into a wife, or is the objective is to find a good woman and make her a wife? Because clearly we know, like you said, it doesn't need to be said. We know all women are not hoes. We know good women exist. We know that there are wives out there. We know that there are women that aren't baby mamas. There are women that out there that have been raised in 2-parent households that have seen a mother and father interact. We know that those women exist. So is the goal to turn hoes into wives? Or is the objective to find a good woman and make her a wife? Because Ricky, one of the things that you have said time and time again, I remember this, you've always said if a man can't find a good woman, it's because he's not a good man. So
that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said it the other way. I said it the other way around. I said it the other way around. No, ma'am. No. Go ahead and finish. My apologies. I got you. Go ahead.
Yes. So you said it both ways.
I got you.
So I guess what's the objective? How long do we talk about hoes? Do you want to, you're supposed to be about family and let's get marriages and let's get together and all of this stuff, but we still dwelling on those people that aren't there, aren't ready, and aren't prepared. The last thing I want is a broke man. I never come up here talking about broke men. The last thing I want is a Pookie and a Ray Ray. You ain't heard me talk about Pookie and Ray Ray. The last thing I want is a jailbird. You ain't heard me get up here and talk about jailbird. Well, we consistently get up here and talk about the women we don't want. That's the part that's confusing to me.
Anissa, guess what? Millions of people are about to vote for a hoe.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh Lord.
Millions of people are about to vote for a hoe.
Rick, your response, sir?
So we're gonna be talking about hoes for the next 10 weeks.
But you know what? But I'm just gonna let that slide. I'm not going there.
Are you done?
Let me know when I can go now.
Because she wasn't a virgin when she got married. I mean, most women probably weren't virgins when they got married. What makes her a hoe?
Before you ramble, can we
Because
let Rick
she dated somebody before she got married? What makes her a hoe?
No, because she used her pussy for professional gain. That's why she's a hoe.
Isn't that the goal though? How many video hoes, stripper hoes, video vixen bitches use their pussy? How many women are using their pussy now to get stuff? How many women use their pussy at these motherfucking NBA weekend and shit? All these draft picks, ass hanging out, walking down trying to bag them one, having motherfucking niggas flushing goddamn condoms down the toilet. Cause they don't want no sort of bullshit going on. Cause some women are such predators like that. And y'all can't get mad at the women doing that because y'all telling them that that's what a real man is. He has money. He has power. He has influence. And if he doesn't have that, he's not a real man. Therefore, he's not deemed worthy. Or, in the words of y'all GOAT, Kevin Samuels, he's not a high value man. And no shade. By Kevin Samuels standards, some of y'all physically are not high value men, but at the same time, you found the value in yourself, which is important. That's all hoes have to do, and no shade. All these quote unquote hoes are, we'll get to that towards the end. We'll get to that towards the end. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay. And how many women up here use their pussy and ain't got shit to show for it?
How many of them are running for president?
Sitting up here begging their nigga daddies $200 a month. They sitting up here begging a man to pay child support. They sitting up here begging a man for a free date. You sitting up here begging a man and you ain't got
Nissa,
nothing
you mean
to
tell me
show
you ain't
for
never, hold on, Nissa. So you mean tell me you never gave no discounted pussy?
I've never, baby.
So you got always got money. So y'all, so somebody paying you for shit?
No.
How much you charging?
Now, do you see how, again, they asking her about her own personal experience? And even her own personal experience can't be verified because these niggas believe in hoism so much. It's the same way like when queer people come up there with their experiences are not validated because this ideology that they've been taught to believe is more superior than the actual lived experiences of people. But then when that same mirror is placed on them, now we have the level of being exempt from it because we're men. This is very interesting to me. Is there 2 ice cream trucks down the damn street? A whole big worm, big perm, not in one of them.
And listen, you said if a man laid down with you, he had to pay. He had to give you some money.
Nobody
so it was free.
treat me accordingly.
Or maybe it was the fact that maybe she ain't fuck the nigga. Or maybe it's the fact that just like a nigga, she get turned on as well. And they usually say that women that are more seasoned end up having more of a sexual appetite. Around the same time, a lot of niggas be losing theirs and they dick be showing it and shit. If she decided that she wanted to have some damn dick because she want to get her one off too, and she want to have a good time and have fun and get her a young virile nigga that's able to go long and strong, unlike the Casanovas on the screen, girl, that's her prerogative and that's her business because she has a right to do that. Is she over there with multiple children from different niggas? Does she have multiple baby daddies? Does she have Sexy Red playing in the motherfucking background? She pretty much share, for the most part, a lot of y'all viewpoints. But the fact that y'all going in on her like this, And you talking about hyenas in this hyena type of way, because y'all already said they gonna say it when it come down to a hyena's clit, it's the same size of a damn penis. And the fact that y'all know that and I don't, and I'm the gay one, is very interesting to me. So at this damn point, you don't know what's male or female. It's just hyena energy. Y'all literally sat up here and treated Anissa with that hyena energy. And Harold, I understand it's triggering as fuck, but that's why I be telling queer people, we gonna have to work through this shit. That's the one thing that's being used against us, is the fear. Cause some motherfuckers ain't gonna wanna choose to treat us right and see us as human beings. And we have to get to a point to where it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm here. And for everybody's sake, we might as well just leave it here instead of it escalating into something else. Because there are some people who refuse to be statistics or will create a new one if their life is threatened. And the fact that queer people got to argue down their existence to the point of them being unalived, it's like, wow. But you triggered by this right now here, you ain't even triggered yet.
You don't
triggered yet. We only just 4 minutes in.
It was
like y'all trying to convince these women up here to do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna meet the standard that I have set, is what I'm saying. So I don't understand what makes her a hoe. Because she happened to be in that arena, and she dated someone that probably worked with her, a colleague or something.
Who was
like
married?
That.
Who was
that
married? He was married.
He
was married. He's still married to the same woman, and he's to this day. He's 90 or 89. He's still married to the same woman he's been with since they got married. He's never been divorced. But Kamala was so bold. She was kissing this man in public, putting her tongue down his throat in front of people. She didn't give a fuck.
Okay.
So, are you telling me that Kamala had a gun to this nigga head, or that this nigga was just so hypnotized by the pussy that she was able to seduce this nigga with her harlot-like ways, girl? Salem witch trial, burn at the stake, witchy witch-ass ways, to where she was able to kiss this man in public. Why didn't any of the other men grab? Why didn't you grab and save the man from the whole spirit? Where were the women who walked up and said, you should be ashamed of yourself? Where was all that at? And yeah, there are some women who still gonna stick with a nigga because, again, this is the best that I got. And that'd be the problem. A lot of individuals want to get money, power, and influence because they want to be able to do what the fuck they want to do and then have control over the partner, to where it's like, bitch, you'll never be anything without me. Where if you love them, you would want them to be better without you, even if it came down to y'all not even being together. That's what you are when you are healed, whole, and aligned. You wish the other person well. Let's continue.
He disrespected the fuck out of that man.
So are we gonna hold the sexual histories of? Are we gonna hold the sexual histories of both people accountable?
We just convicted a man based on his sexual history.
Okay.
Trey, we talking about the man that was Kamala, just like how you was talking about Kamala. We talking about the nigga that was getting his motherfucking throat motherfucking massaged by this bitch tongue. We talking about them right now. So let's talk about them right now.
So let's bring it all up then. Let's bring it all up then. Let's bring it all up.
But that's not surprising because
that's
Anissa's tactic. Well, what about them? That's her tactic. Well,
what about them? What about them? You can't sit up here and talk about you a leader and not get vetted your damn self. So yes, what about them? And didn't Michael Jackson say to look in I'm starting with the man in the mirror, because the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror is a part of the fucking community. So let me check myself first before I start checking other motherfuckers. Did you check yourself first? A lot of people don't check themselves first and want to get in these positions of power, which is why for all of these goddamn presidents, even the black one, girl, nothing has really happened that was substantial for black people. Really thinking that Trump gonna be for niggas. Where if he was really about niggas and he was really about reparations, he would have to accept that he's going to be hurting in the pocket too, because he's also benefiting from the money that was owed to slaves that was given to Europeans during the Homestead Act. Wow.
About them? What about them? She just did it again.
Hold on a second. I want Rick to answer the question before she continues.
Yeah, go ahead,
Rick, go ahead, sir. I hate to turn your mic off, but you was getting emotional. And I want Rick to answer.
Show us the stoicism,
her
sir.
question.
Yes,
come on,
ultimate
Rick.
stoicism that y'all want to do to me so bad.
So
y'all want to do that. Y'all want to do that to me so bad.
Whatever you said about me that I said
and everything.
I'll give you that, right?
Yeah.
So let's simplify, right? What do I say when it comes to finding a wife, right? He who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? Ain't that what I say?
Correct.
That's
right.
True.
That a man has. I say it too, right? But that also a man has to be of a certain ilk to be able to have a wife, to provide her with the space where she can be her and take care of your home. Ain't this?
Well, that's literally what she said. But do you see how you was able to give context and nuance and to be able to flush it out more? You're literally saying the same thing that she said. Maybe you wanted to explain it a little bit better, and I'm grateful for clarity. But I'm just saying, y'all just literally said the same thing. It's just that you're giving it nuance now.
What I say as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you're a good man,
yes,
you should be able to find a good woman. And
yes
if you
or no.
can't, it's because you're not a
yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no.
And vice versa.
Yes, you said that. Yes.
Exactly. So let's keep it there, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, should I be telling young men that watch this show and men that are looking for a mate that wives are prevalent out in today's society in the Western world? Is that the truth?
If you love yourself and know who you are, you will attract that wife into your life. Yes, because allegedly it's happened for the men on the panel, because the men on the panel have found their booze. What happened? I feel like there are different ways that could be able to help the next generation instead of using your past in the lens of hurt and pain, as opposed of using your lens through a lens that is healed, whole, and complete, and transformed and different. If you teaching men that there are nothing but hoes out there, what hope do these motherfuckers have? At this point, they might as well just go ahead and do some DL bro circle jerk shit. And no shade, I have a homeboy who is gay, who is masculine. He's like my bro. He's had experiences with niggas, mass niggas, a lot. Niggas went to an all-boys school and some of the most gayest shit happened. And he came out while he was there. And niggas was doing all type of gay experimental shit. Niggas like busting nuts. If it look good to them and they get their dick hard, they gonna think about trying to find a way to make this shit pop the fuck off without letting anybody else know. Now, I have no personal experience with that because I'm attracted to more feminine men, and maybe that's a form of heteronormativity that I followed because I haven't ever had an experience with an individual who was masculine. Not against it, but I've just never had it. Maybe y'all gonna have to go down that damn route, because the way that y'all making it seem, it's like, damn, at this point, bro, we might as well stroke off with each other, because apparently all these women is good for nothing is fucking. At this point, it seemed like both sides are just seeing each other as a piece of sexual meat, as a piece or some sort of masturbatory aid to release all of my stress, all of my anger, all of my tension, project all my shit onto you, create these unhealthy ass soul ties. Motherfuckers don't know how to heal from shit. They become heartbroken and lonely and shit, and they end up hurting people who are innocent. And then there's this cycle. So to Anissa's point, you can still talk about the hoes, but can we balance out the hoes with the good women so that we can give these men some sort of benefit to want to get married and see it? Because the way that y'all talk about it, y'all low-key inadvertently, let y'all say it and looking at it from an objective standpoint, y'all low-key pushing them to the gay agenda. Y'all over here telling that black women is basically ain't shit. So how they gonna respect the black woman? Do y'all not see when y'all do things through ignorance and fear long enough, it starts to inadvertently affect everybody else? Y'all playing into your own fear narrative by doing that. The way that y'all be talking about women, it be as if though the gay demon is in y'all ear telling y'all, yeah, fuck her. Bussy is better than pussy. You don't need a wound shit. You know how you can shoot the motherfucking club up? You gotta worry about no uh-oh moment, nigga. You can motherfucking balls to the walls, cream pie in this bitch, and ain't gotta worry about nobody getting pregnant. The way y'all be talking to these... And meanwhile, the gay man over here trying to stand in the gap and stand up for black women, especially a good black woman. Why? Because she not married and she's divorced and she's not a good black woman. Maybe the nigga she was fucking with was full of shit. Maybe she found a way to be able to break away from his shit, unlike a lot of other people, girl, that be staying with they niggas just because that's what I've been told to do, even though it can be a little abusive. Do we know her story? Has she ever shared her story about what happened with her? And I hope she didn't do it on your platform, because y'all gonna sit over here and criticize her and say it's her motherfucking fault. As if though the nigga's not at fault. Maybe y'all should check the niggas. And I suggest y'all start with Lil RT, but let me see what happened.
No.
And trans women, you're right.
I don't think that is true that husbands are prevalent.
So let's stay there, right? So again, it doesn't matter if you believe husbands are prevalent or not, right? You have to convince a man to marry you, not the other way around. So that's a moot point from a woman's standpoint.
What?
Right? Because again, right? If I have to be the one to take care of you, I have to find a woman that's going to fall under my provision.
Right.
Right? So more than likely what you're saying right now, and not hold on, baby. Hold on. Just hold on, baby. Right? Hold on, right? So what you're saying right now, right, is that you haven't found a man that is willing to provide provision for you as a husband.
Now, before we get into that, because they're going to try to get into her ass and use her as an example, which I think was like, wow, you could have just kept on the topic. But anyway, they got their claws out tonight on Rayon. So, just like y'all tell the queer people, y'all need a female in order to bring life into this world. And a lot of times these women, yes, you're bringing the provision, but they're the ones that are keeping up with the tab and calculations on the provisions. They're the one balancing the checkbook a lot of the time. They're the ones that's rendering love to your children while you're providing. They're the ones that are there with the children, basically covering the children while you're not there. And women are still fucking human beings, just like men are human beings. They get tired, they get stressed the fuck out, all this shit too, and they have a right to be able to find a way to let that go. But to sit up here and to tell Anissa that, oh well, she hasn't attracted the individual in her life that is worthy of her yet, it does not mean that she's not worthy. Because if she was not worthy, she would be out here doing the freak hoe nature shit that y'all say these young bitches and some of these old bitches that's competing with the young bitches is out here doing. But obviously she's not doing that. Obviously she has grace. Obviously she knows how to handle herself very ladylike. But she also knows how to stand 10 toes down and say, no, fuck you, motherfucker. Which I appreciate. Just because y'all married, you still have to establish and understand boundaries. And if you are a man that is stoic and that's just something that just comes in your nature because you have a dick and balls, something should go off in your brain and be like, you know what? You're being emotional right now. It's okay. Go ahead, get it out, babe. I'm listening. And then when you're done, I'll hold you and then we'll fuck. And then you'll make me a sandwich. Y'all didn't do that.
That's why you're not married. Right? So again, right?
No, but go ahead. I'll let you finish.
At this point in our time of being, right, with the understanding that the Western woman has, right? I'm not saying black or white anymore because this is a Western psyche, right? I be disingenuous to not to tell these young men at this point to find a wife, a good wife, is something rare. That there's more hoes out in this world right now than good wives. Protect yourselves at all time, young men. Because on these very...
Remember he said that. Protect yourself, young man. Remember that as well. Protect yourself, young man. Remember, he said something else at the beginning and it's slipping my mind. I want to get it. It's almost there. Please don't slip. What did he say? He said that you can't save these hoes because these hoes don't want to be saved. Or that was that Trey? I think Trey said that. Excuse me. Trey said that. Remember what he said as well. Protect yourself at all times, young man. Just keep that in mind.
Panels. And in these chats that I frequent all the time, you so-called good women, and not picking on anybody here, so-called good women are hyenas. The so-called good women are fucking chameleons. Do you know why we call you? Do you guys understand where the term hyena came from for women?
No, where it come from?
Do you guys understand? Right? If you look at a hyena, a male hyena and a female hyena, you really can't tell a difference. The female's hyena's clit is as big as a penis.
Damn. Both on big dick energy.
Because the truth is, no matter how y'all try to slice it, dice it, how y'all try to build it up to what y'all think it should be right now, right? It's a man's job. It's your job as a woman to convince a man to marry you, not the other way around. Right? Until then, you are lost. Until then, you uncovered. That's why I keep telling y'all, please sell the lie. Y'all better sell the fuck out of it. The Western woman is the only woman who y'all the product, but don't want to cater to y'all customer. Y'all the product. Y'all say y'all the prize, and somebody should be, but y'all don't cater to the very people that's buying y'all. Y'all try to tell.
Well, a good hoe does. Don't good hoes usually cater to their clients? Which is why they stay employed. Isn't that what T.S. Madison used to do back in the day before she transformed her life? She's no longer a hoe, and look at her. But I guess that's a rare thing, right? But yeah, just wanted to put that there.
Us, what we should want. When at the end of the day, you're not gonna buy my dinner. You ain't gonna stay with me if I ain't paying some of the bills or paying the mortgage or giving you a space to be a woman, like I said earlier, where you can flourish and have your kids and be in your femininity and your womanhood and be the lady that you supposedly are. Y'all liars, sis. Go lie to somebody else. You can't lie to me. I got a woman I took care of for 20 plus years. We gonna die together. She had to earn it.
Forever.
Because you the prize, boy. You the prize, Rick.
No, what I'm saying, she my prize too. Fuck what y'all talking about. That's my boo-boo. I'll break your fucking neck.
That part.
And then call the police and the sheriffs and wait on them. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it gotta be earned. She had to convince me. She had to convince me. Y'all think y'all the ones. No, y'all got the game fucked up. It's okay to say y'all got the game fucked up. Y'all got the game fucked up. Somebody lied to you. I would just prefer if y'all be like, you know what, my mama she did tell me the truth and what it was, and I need to figure out what's going on. I'll be better with that.
I don't know that you answered my question.
I don't have to answer your question. I'm gonna dance around it the same way you dance around everybody else's question.
But you
that's not being stoic. That's not being stoic.
Said you were
kind of retarded.
Wow.
I don't have to.
Okay.
Why should I answer yours when you say you don't have to answer the way? That's disrespectful.
No problem. But that was my question. How long do we focus on? Is the focus to turn the hoes into wives? Or you don't have to answer the question. I was just repeating.
It doesn't matter because hoes are going to always exist, Anissa. They're going to always exist. That's what y'all don't understand.
How long do we talk about hoes?
I talk about it to the young men that's listening. I don't care. I don't care if women don't listen to me. Y'all don't listen anyway. I'm talking to the young men. It's for men to protect themselves at all times. The reason why y'all tell men to have dick discipline is protect themselves from y'all. Facts?
No, it's for them to be. I'll wait, because they're gonna bring it up again.
No, the reason you should have dick discipline is to protect yourself.
Yeah.
From who?
From who?
From you.
No, not from me. No.
Bingo. That's it. It's meant to help protect you from you, because you're the one that's gonna be tempted to fuck. It's not their responsibility to cover up. It's your responsibility to have that stoicism and that dick discipline to be able to look away and avert. You should be teaching these young men how to be able to use their sexual energy in a way that benefits them, bro. And there's literally people who do that. There are individuals who are martial artists and all that type of shit, who are young black men who don't go out and party, who don't go out here and have reckless sex with a bunch of women. These motherfuckers training, these motherfuckers creating businesses, these motherfuckers putting in the work so they can manifest the woman of their dreams and live their dream life with one woman. You're not teaching men to do that. Y'all be on that Tate shit to where it's like, oh, well, you know, if you trying to fuck, just here's how you fuck. Just pretend to like her, and then once you get the pussy, if the pussy ain't good, tell that bitch bounce. Be like, bro, this is what you teaching little boys who's gonna grow up to become young fucking men who are trying to go out in the world and get married and shit. And a lot of you niggas used to do that shit, and then you don't do it anymore. Why don't you go ahead and help teach the other men to be able to do that themselves? Instead of talking about the hoes. Are you mad at the hoes that y'all fucked that made y'all feel some type of way? Are y'all mad at the motherfucking hoes, girl, who broke y'all damn heart? Is this a way to get back at some bitch 15, 20 years ago who has moved the fuck on with her damn life?
How does that go? How does that go?
Protect yourself.
Explain.
You need to protect yourself just like a woman needs to protect herself.
Y'all confused.
A woman needs to protect herself just like a man needs to protect
Listen to what I'm saying. I got you in this, but this is why I keep telling y'all this. Y'all just be talking, right? Because if you was a good woman, and if every woman in mass was good, that means every woman I lay down with is a potential good mother and wife, right?
Yes, she's a potential good mother. Does she understand her potential is the question. The potential is always there, but is she aware of it? And she can become aware of it, because y'all don't mind talking about the hoes who give their life to Christ. Y'all can accept them, but y'all can't accept the whole.
But it's a bevy of y'all out here, correct? It's
but you can't find them.
Exactly.
But you can't find them because all you want to focus on is the hoes. That's all you talk about. That's all you focus on. You can find the good ones out there.
I got a good one.
Hoes every night.
You trying to personalize it to me when I'm
But you personalized it to her. You told her the reason why your ass is not married and shit is because you something wrong with you.
On boss missions.
When I say
I'm on boss missions.
Ricky, when I say you, I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying in general. There are good women out there, but it seems the conversation always goes to hoes.
It's good women fucking before marriage. It's good women fucking dudes before they have a commitment.
That's all we talk about. Like,
there are
an array of women that don't fit those qualities.
How many? How many would you say?
Rick, no, ask your question again, Rick, because she missed it.
No, I didn't hear it.
He said, "Are good women?" Go ahead.
Are good women fucking before commitment?
Unless I think most women.
Yes, good women are fucking before commitment. A lot of good men fuck before commitment too. I mean, do y'all buy y'all shoes without trying them on? And if you know your size, not every size is gonna fit your size. There's so many different sizes. Nigga, shit from Shein and all type of stuff. Do you know how to use it?
Yeah. Was your wife a virgin?
That's not my question.
Okay. What was your question again?
So you wasn't listening the first time?
Nope, I wasn't.
No, it was everybody else in her damn face. She getting bombarded by all these motherfucking people. You expect to... Go ahead.
Say it again.
Hear what I said.
Right? So,
come on, Rick.
Again, as I mentioned, right? Because y'all don't listen anyway. Are good women fucking before marriage?
Yes.
Come on now, it don't take that long. It's a yes or no. No yabble dabble. Come on.
I think that there are plenty of good women that have, and they got married, and they probably panel, and they're probably married to some of the people on this panel.
Right. So why doesn't it apply to you then?
It doesn't.
Do you want to be married?
I have been married, and I have been divorced, and I plan to be married again. Absolutely.
But you're a good woman, right?
I am a good woman.
And you deal with good men, right?
Yes, I do.
Why you not married?
Because
she ain't finding the right good man. Just like how y'all keep telling these men that ain't no good women out there. And there are some people, and again, to Uncle Rick's point, he did mention that he's a very simple person, which no shade, I don't mean in a disrespectful way. He just very simple, and in some ways, when it comes down to like peace and stuff like that, there are some things that are simplistic that I like, but that's not your only experience, because your experience is not the monolith of blackness or human experiences. She has her own, and on top of that, it would be interesting to have your perspective if you knew the information about her and not just, oh, well, she ain't married and stuff. So what, y'all saying she like an old maid or something? Who just drink her own wine? Is that what y'all saying?
Not found the man that meets the criteria that I want in a husband.
You met a man who you met a man who not gonna pay what you weigh, right?
No, it's not about paying what I weigh. It's about I have 4 categories that I'm looking for, and I have not found that person that meets all 4 categories.
Damn, what are those categories?
Richest, and
it has nothing to do with provision or paying my bills or whatever the case may be.
That ain't what you said.
It takes more than
you literally just said that you wouldn't date a broke.
It takes more than that to be a husband.
Well, to her point and y'all's point, again, y'all said that a real man is a man who is a protector, a provider. You know, whenever y'all have the queers on the platform and you try to sit up here and give us the hooked on phonics on how men should be and what a man does in society and stuff, what she's saying is she literally wants that. And the men that she met has not had that. Because just like how y'all saying that there is a shortage of good women out here, it's the same thing for the women. It's a shortage of good men out there. So the issue is for the people who are good, maybe y'all should learn to love and try to understand these people and help them understand that they are good in the midst of whatever reality or experience that they've had thus far that has verified that they're not. And these are the same people who are representing Jesus, girl. Again, using the women at the well. Well, not the women, but the women being stoned. He didn't walk up to you. No, she a hoe. You a hoe. You know you a hoe. What hoe shit she do? Save y'all stones. I've been to set this bitch on fire like my father did that Sodom bitch when she looked back. Hold on. What? No, he stood and intercessed for her. What are y'all doing?
But that ain't what
you just say you wouldn't date a broke dude?
No, I wouldn't.
Did you hear what I said?
The responsibility as a husband is to provide.
Cardio, man.
You just said it wasn't about provision.
I said that's not the only thing. I said that is not the only thing that makes someone a husband.
I don't think you know what you want.
Oh my God.
Ricky said his
you
work
all
is
do
done.
not listen.
Ricky said his work is done.
Now, no shade. I think Anissa should have said she misspoke. Because she did say, oh, it has nothing to do with provisions or anything. And I think she should have expounded on that, because what Western Name was saying, she was responding to Trey that was saying, oh, rich, richer, richest, and the richest, Richie Rich out of all of them. And what she's saying is the fact of, You don't have to be all the way this rich. If you are rich, that's nice. But I do want a man who's going to provide. I do want a man who is going to follow up to the standards of what y'all say men should follow. But now y'all trying to sit up here and get her on that one thing and drag that the fuck along. And again, talking about hyena type of stuff. Y'all niggas are the hyenas. Y'all niggas are like Scar right now.
For someone to be a husband.
You gotta tell y'all. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Listen.
Hey, I see you, Anissa. It's cool. I see you.
Anissa, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm
Goddamn
actually listening to you.
And
it doesn't make any sense.
I said that, I misspoke. What I said was I had four criteria, didn't I? I said provision is not the only thing that you're looking for in a husband. I said something different. That's what I meant to say. There are four things.
Is it one of the
I'm
four?
looking for. I can't speak for other women. I'm just speaking.
Is it one of the four?
Yes, it's one of the four. It's one of the four. She just stated and said that that's not the only one. So yes, it's one of the four, Trey. Yes, it's one of the four. If we're talking about technicalities, yes, it's the one of the four. Your point is still mute. Or moot. She wants someone who is going to provide. She don't want no Pookie and Ray Ray. That depends on her. Cause y'all talk about them niggas bad. They almost as worse as the fags. And ain't nothing worse than the fags.
Provision is a part of that, but it is not the only criteria. That's what I meant to say. And I'm sorry, Trey, what did you ask me? Did you say something?
Yeah, I was saying the mouth running wild because the ears don't work.
Boy, Anissa, you lucky you cute. I'm telling you, boy. If you was ugly, you wouldn't get nowhere.
Wow. And I mean, I'm not surprised. I remember when Reckless Ray and his motherfucking Pokemon Team Rocket hairline girl when I was on his platform and they was talking about this white chick and they was reading her the fuck down. Oh, this feminist bitch, fuck this bitch. Oh, this bitch is ugly. Fuck this bitch. Who's gonna want to fuck her? Oh, she ugly. 20 minutes later, yeah, I fuck. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll probably stick my dick in her mouth. You know, I'll probably nut on her face or something. What?
I'm good though.
Yeah, I know.
I can see how Anissa has
if a man has criteria, a woman should have criteria as well.
Now, Anissa, let me ask you a question, darling. I honestly believe this. What do we need more of? Do we need more wives or do we need more whores?
Whores.
Need more wives. And whoever said that, they said the truth because that's what they really
We
want.
need more wives, man.
I asked Anissa, which one do we need more wives?
I think Anissa kind of just stopped because again, she already knew where the fuck this is gonna go. Cause y'all having a good ass time, baby. Y'all finally able to let y'all steam off all this other bait and switch shit y'all tried to do, especially with me. It did not fucking work. It didn't work the first time. It didn't work the second time. You'd be a fool to think it'd work after that. So you finally found someone on your own platform at that time to go ahead and give it to them.
Or more whores.
We need more wives, which is why I can't understand why the conversation always goes to the whores.
So who makes wives?
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
The
okay,
nigga
if
and the
we
woman,
need more
just like
wives,
y'all tell us,
right? Why did your candidate for president trot out one of the biggest whores as somebody who speaks for her on the campaign trail, Miss Megan Thee Stallion? You know what I'm saying? I'm just curious, you know, if we're promoting family values, I'm sure that Megan Thee Stallion is the bastion of family values. I'm sure she's a married woman who we need to take example of. So could you answer us, why did your presidential candidate wheel out one of the, you know, professional whores of our time?
I'll answer that. Because when you actually do your research and stop looking at it sexualized way, and maybe I can because I'm not trying to fuck the females, so maybe I have a level of awareness that these niggas don't have, because when they think of females, they think with the other head instead of the main one. But Megan Thee Stallion basically is doing with men what men have done all the time through music. Men have always, especially starting with Biggie Smalls and being enforced by Uncle Luke and them, objectified black women to see them as whores, as sluts, and all this type of stuff that drove men crazy. Even married men, even pastors and preachers, Jamal Bryant, all these different individuals who are holy men get turned on by the pussy. They still a man. All Meg the Stallion is saying is that instead of us now sitting here and getting our heart broken and getting pregnant and all this shit because you love me and all this other type of shit, if I know you want to fuck me, if I know that the main goal is the pussy and you don't have the time or bandwidth to sit up here and at least put the work in to get to know who the fuck I am and all this other type of shit that's important to me just so you can bust a motherfucking nut, pay me, nigga, don't bullshit me. It's the fact that y'all gotta pay for pussy now that makes you so upset, because it was so readily available for you. And a lot of niggas ain't multi-millionaires. A lot of niggas ain't gonna have the money to be a high value man because that's a privilege. So at this point, these women are saying, you gonna have to give me something. And the reason why they're responding that way is because the niggas have broke their heart. Now they breaking their heart. It's a bunch of hurt motherfuckers happening. And hurt heterosexual people, mind you. The gays ain't in this, so we looking at y'all blind spot right now.
I have no idea.
It's y'all blind spot. We helping y'all out.
Question, but my question is not about Meg the Stallion. My question is,
it's about regaining agency of your body. It's about being able to talk about your body, and then a man can't do nothing about it. He gonna have to have permission to touch your body. She gonna be able to talk about her damn pussy and ass just the way a nigga does, but she'll be able to do it, and you can't touch it, nigga, unless you got all this stuff. So basically, in a sense, it was a form of women's liberation to love their body and their vagina more so than just a receptacle for you to nut in. And just like a lot of grandmamas told they motherfucking daughters and nieces and female cousins, if you have a wet pussy and a dry pocketbook, that's on you. Because again, you have the power. How many wars have started because of vagina? Or shall I say the battle and the claim, the territory of the vagina? They wasn't no Amazonian women all fighting each other on the front lines while the men stand back and beat off as it happens. It was men fighting each other so they can have claim and power and have any woman they want. And you're right, Trey, there are some things that are just as old as time. Ego is one of them, and the fact is that the ego is being expressed through man and woman. Now that the ego is being expressed, what the fuck are y'all gonna do to heal from this shit?
About this panel and what you guys say that you promote and what you're trying to build and the message that you're trying to convey. That was my question.
So
if nobody can give me an answer.
Everybody knows who the devil is.
Many months that I've been on this panel, that's all we can seem to talk about. Women ain't shit.
Anissa, if you give me a moment, I will crush your thought process. The reason that we talk about the hoes is because you old motherfuckers will not check these hoes.
Oh.
You will not check them. So the men got to do it. Because you stop y'all, because the Bible says it's for the elderly women to check the young women. You motherfuckers so selfish, you won't check the bitches. So we got to check the bitches. And so we keep talking about the bitches because you won't check the bitches. Simple.
Okay, and to that point, let's take that same thing. It's your point to check the young niggas. Go check Lil RT right now. Go check all them gang ass niggas in your neighborhood right now. All the gang ass niggas that your sons know, your cousins know, the gang niggas and your family members. Show us. Because if BMU shows up on that live tonight, he literally lied because he said tonight he was going to be going to this local pub and shit and recording these old cougar bitches with saggy pussy lips and wolf pussy juice, throwing it everywhere. So again, Lil RT live, there needs to be a redo. There needs to be a part 2. Y'all need to take that Lil RT live the fuck down and do another one and do it right if you're going to ask for her to do it right. So you also have to be accountable as well. And I'll hold the fags accountable. Send me the shit that you feel like the fags need to be held accountable for, and I will do that if that is the case. So you can't get up here and give her all this fever, but yet you can't give these figures to the gang ass niggas. And the reason why y'all not gonna do nothing about the gang ass niggas is because the gang ass niggas are the ones with the guns. Why don't y'all sit over here and emulate the white men that a lot of y'all want to be so bad and start there? Maybe that can be the motherfucking insurrection that the black community needs.
You said it yourself months ago on the panel, months ago. I ain't got nothing to do with me. Whatever they do out there in the streets is on them. I'm not talking to nobody unless they're in my circle. Okay,
That's
then.
right.
Well, as long as you're being selfish,
it is not my job to go on a go on a campaign to try to save all the hoes. That's impossible for me to do. I can influence the people that I can influence. But
are you a Christian?
Now remember that. I can only influence our people I can. Are you a Christian? I can only influence the people that I can. But Trey said something earlier that I asked y'all to remember, and that was Trey saying that you can't save hoes because these hoes don't want to be saved. So to her, it's like, why would I sit up here and waste my time trying to save hoes who don't want to be motherfucking saved then? Well, Bubs, you doing the same thing. What I'm doing is establishing credibility of what overt and covert queerphobia looks like. Because again, I'm not getting views off of my commentary. I'm not getting cash apps off of my commentary. I'm not getting any sort of shine or clout off of my commentary of BMU. This is real community work. Because if you want the women to check the young girls, you're going to have to check the young boys. And I can't wait because I have proof from another content creator that used to frequent their panels, and we're going to read their posts because I made sure to screenshot the baby. Again, I play chess and checkers and Uno. Uno out.
Why you so focused on a hoe? Just go find you a good one.
Well, Anissa,
are you a Christian, Anissa? Yes or no?
You're a good woman.
Hold on, Anissa. Let me ask you a question. Anissa, I have a question. Anissa, are you a Christian? Yes or no? 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 Are you a Christian? Yes or no? Anissa, answer the question. Anissa, are you a Christian? Yes or no?
Why can't you find her?
Are you a Christian? Yes or no? Anissa, you know who the Anissa, you know who? Do you go to church?
Answer my question.
Anissa, do you go to church?
Only find hoes?
I'm asking you a question. Anissa, I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you a question.
Anissa, I'm asking you a question. My question is this: if you go to church, let me say this: if you go to church every Sunday, and everybody know who the devil is, why do you keep going when you know who the devil is when the preacher's still gonna mention the devil?
That makes no sense.
He's gonna bring up the devil. Every Sunday you go to church, you're gonna bring the devil up.
But there's Jesus in there too. There's miraculous work in there too. There's people's lives being transformed in there too. There's healing and awareness in there too. All these things too. At this point, it's about what is your focal point. And if you're gonna focus on the enemy, at least educate yourself about the motherfucking enemy. And y'all don't even do that because y'all say that's Jesus's job, when Jesus said that you would go forth and do far greater works than me. So at this damn point, if you go to a fire and brimstone church, yes, you're gonna hear hell all the time and wonder why there's so much hell happening around that place.
It is our responsibility as men, since y'all so weak and not taking your place as what God says, since you're a Christian, the Bible says
do you spend this much energy on Pookies and Ray Rays trying to get them to be husbands?
Absolutely.
There's a problem. There's a serious problem.
Because the best part of the Pookie and Ray Rays ran down the crack of their mama ass when she was fucking a no good nigga and he turned up to be like her because she chose the fucking daddy to be a sorry bitch ass nigga and she slept with him because his dick was big, but she didn't go with his moral value.
Okay.
So yeah, so now we gotta blame these hoes for the same goddamn thing. We gotta blame these hoes
So
for
black
bringing
women,
these
so the
bitch niggas
black
into the
women
world.
are the fault for everything.
Yeah,
Y'all have no accountability.
The most unsafe place in the world is the womb of
Y'all
a black
have
woman.
no
You killed 23 million babies.
Okay.
You killed 23 million babies.
All
The
right.
number continues to count. And the little boys out
All
here
right.
feminine because they looking after their mama. Their mama want them to look like their husbands. Half of the boys sleeping with their
Then
fucking
y'all
mama.
need to go get your.
We just got the truth, finally. But what you're saying as far as men checking the holes, that's not your problem, because Embrace the Grace is doing a good job doing that. Take heed to the message, whose YouTube channel is bigger than yours, nigga. 3 times. It's doing a good job at that. Tough Topics Podcast is doing a good job at that. And I can't wait till we get to this receipt. That's already covered. Individuals with bigger platforms than y'all are already having that conversation and talking to the women. When are you gonna focus on the niggas? And I ain't talking about the gay niggas, girl. Leave that to the gay motherfuckers to check them, because there are gay aware people. Check your heterosexual boys, your heterosexual sons and nephews and cousins and homeboys and deacons and pastors and politicians and all this other type of motherfucking shit. Y'all check them, but y'all niggas are scared to do that. Wow. So basically, to be a real man also means that you gotta call hoes and fags out, but you ain't calling your brother out. And then when you have individuals with men with true, genuine, stellar balance between masculinity and femininity and know who they are, i.e. Mr. Bennett and other men on the platform who has spoken against or opposing what y'all say, y'all go even harder on them. Y'all start questioning their sexuality. Look at what y'all did to Mandrell. You coming out the closet, Mandrell, you over there with them fags, them eunuchs. Lil RT.
Goddamn shit.
Lil RT.
Well, Nissa, let me ask you a question.
Y'all, my kids under one roof.
Nissa, let me ask you a question.
Once y'all made with those women, go get them.
No.
All right. Now let's get to this receipt here, because this isn't the first time that a woman critiquing and asking black men to talk more about black men as opposed to black women. Why they keep talking about black women instead of checking the niggas? Because the niggas are out here doing damage, and they're doing more damage than the women could. And if we're really gonna play that game, the death and destruction is coming from the heterosexual community. We the small ones, right? We could never ever do the amount of damage that y'all do, that y'all have done. But here's what I want to read from y'all, and this was months ago, but this is from Chill Out J, aka Tough Topics Podcast, okay? And it reads, and this was on her post months ago: reasons I no longer identify with manosphere content. 1, let me see if I can I still move this up? Yes, I can. A group is only as valid as its leaders. Armed with this knowledge, I realized that there aren't really any leaders in that space, and the few that could serve that purpose are clearly con artists. Allow me to explain. Being a happily married man with a platform based almost solely on dissuading men from getting married is completely disingenuous. Again, stay away from these hoes. There's so many hoes out here, ain't no good women, bro. At this damn point, you might have to go in the dark, bro, in the closet with the fags, girl. That's probably why y'all want us to go in the closet, because y'all can't fuck the females. Y'all want the gays who know how to suck dick and do all this shit. Y'all want that to happen, and BubzDaGawd not down with it. But anyway, being so jaded that you assume every woman that crosses your path must be an enemy is toxic and unproductive. Every time a woman disagrees with something you say, it doesn't mean that she's automatically a feminist, a hoe, a whore, or an idiot. Secondly, the group clearly has no clear-cut goals anymore, if it ever did. Some claim to have the goal of inspiring men to be their best selves, yet others encourage men to have loose, frivolous sex with any woman with a vagina, or worse, trick off their hard-earned money because women aren't worth the headache of getting to know them. Shout out to the receipts. And third and lastly, every single conversation is about women. I thought this was the manosphere. Let women like myself, Six, Danica, I'm going to also include Take Heed to the Podcast, Embrace the Grace, Candace Owens, other people, let them check the women. Let iron sharpen iron. But I mean, it's just easier to sit around whining about the same woman you claim you don't want anyway. I'm over it. Again, shout out to Anissa for standing her ground, and I'm glad that you guys were able to reconcile and laugh. But I'm pretty sure she's probably having some afterthoughts and looking in retrospect about that. I don't know, maybe she has to get used to the sense of humor, I don't know, but it was just very interesting how, again, like the title says, being a good woman means that you can't even question or say things to challenge authority, because again, how you've been taught and what this book has said, it says that women don't do that. And when you look at it, the way that a lot of these laws and this stuff be placed around women, it seems like some sort of homoerotic type of thing. Anyway, let me read y'all quotes, Lord. Comments. Sorry. Let me read it real quick. Black man said, I can lose weight, but dick in the mouth is hellbound. Well, I would love to see you lose that weight. That would be nice. Let's see. Hero said, because they know their Negro blood will be splattered all over the lawn of said government building if they use excessive force. No, but they said about the Second Amendment. They are part of that. So my thing is, why don't they go ahead and do that? What's up, Rewind? I feel like that would be beneficial for the black community. It probably would reignite the fire that blackness needs in order to survive. Why don't y'all be the catalyst and show us what the leaders look like? Because y'all talking about dying and taking a bullet. Black people been taking bullets and been dying. Queer black people have been taking bullets and have been dying. I mean, if you're going to sit up here and talk all this stuff, why don't you go ahead and put your life on the line to be able to make a change? In that way, since that's the only way. Here it also says, inserting their dominance over here the same way they over with her the same way they wish to do with you and fail to do with me, and gonna have to put in the work to do with me. It's because she is a black woman, and I wish they would just admit that. Live proof that ninjas are not well versed and don't have the range to even be talking, using outdated Kamala Harris misinformation to justify their misogynoir used against her. Queen Stevie said, listen, Project 2025 is going to show every person, if implemented, what it is to be black. I already told y'all. Harold said, will Mr. Potato Head have the same energy with the man and Mrs. Anissa's life? Something tells me that he would not. But I don't think there's a man in Anissa's life. But she got some uncles and some cousins and shit. Wow, listen to how he speaks to women. Get the fuck out the plantation, because we are never going back to the so-called good old days where the black women and queer people and black people as a collective had to remain quiet, which is sexism and racism. Harold says, interesting, none of the men on the panel checked him for speaking to a woman in that tone. Well, she spoke out of tone. She spoke out of line. They was, no, correct the bitch. Correct her. I don't give a damn if we friends. Correct her ass. Correct her. Yes, work it. Yes, work it. Black women have no protection in this country. And I said this on the show. Shout out to the black men that are speaking up for us. But I'm also going to be critical of my biological black sisters. Queerphobia and oppressing the queer community will not help you when you are also oppressed. Harold says, the so-called leaders of the community and heads of households, yet you won't even protect the black woman. The fierce defender of you, sorry ninjas at every turn, but they can't get that same protection. And if you watch the live further, there comes a point in time where they kind of be like, well, why you ain't gonna check them? Why you ain't gonna check them? And Anissa says, basically, what Trey said, there are some motherfuckers you can't save, bitch. So at this point, I only just fuck around and say to people that are willing to listen to me, that are willing to understand me, the people that's willing to converse with me. I can't do every motherfucking thing. And then Embrace the Grace went off on her. Well, you can. It's about the community. It's about the community. It's about the community. The community. It's about the community. Okay, well, that also means that you also have to find a way to love and care for the whore in such a way that the whore transforms its ways. But y'all not even willing to do that because y'all saying that these hoes can't be saved. So why y'all putting pressure on her to save these people who can't be saved? And you're also telling men that can't be saved and that it's rare to find a woman out here. So what are these niggas supposed to do? Seems like, again, y'all are inadvertently supporting and pushing these people to this gay agenda narrative that y'all subscribed. Do you see how when you operate in fear, that fear is worked against you? What you resist will always persist. That's why it's better to deal with it. And y'all trying to deal with it in the way of physicality, in a physical way, and erasing. This is a part of life experience. You will never get rid of it. Again, if you have a problem with queerness, you need to talk to your Lord and Savior about that. And stop projecting that fear onto other queer people, telling them, dim your light so that my light don't seem dim. No, brighten your motherfucking bulb. Queen Stevie said, queer young people are more than 4 times as likely to attempt suicide than their peers. John's, I think that was the journals. The Trevor Project estimates that more than 1.8 million queer young people aged 13 to 24 seriously consider suicide every year in the US, and at least one attempts suicide every 45 seconds. And this is the Trevor Project's 2023 US National Survey on the mental health. We know the heterosexual people ain't going to do it, so the queer people have to do it. Okay. National Survey on the mental health of queer young people found that 41% of the queer young Americans seriously considered attempting suicide in the past year, including roughly half of the transgender non-binary youth included. Chief Soul Survivor says, why are y'all at war with us? We are black, don't have time. We are black, don't have time to be going at each other with all the truth about us. Well, again, other queer people have went to these spaces and tried to have conversations that were more human, but the way the organized religion has set a lot of these niggas up, unfortunately, it has made queer people contingent to their faith. And again, these cardinal sins. So if queer people are liberated and living their best life and manifesting best things in their life, and their Bible and their pastor and their grandma and them told it from a young age that all these horrible things happen to them, it must mean that it's the end of the world and that Jesus is coming. This should be the time where y'all should be excited. Y'all should be like, you know what, at this point, like Anissa said, the smart thing to do if Jesus coming back is to get all the people that want to go back with him. That would be the smart thing to do. But y'all focusing on saving the hoes that y'all can't save. So again, that says something about y'all. My purpose is to establish what queerphobia looks like in a covert and overt way in black spaces, especially on YouTube, because the community takes place on internet spaces like YouTube, to help alleviate and dilute the fear so that we can come together as black people. Because to your point, Chief, there's so much that we as blackness can be focusing on that benefits us, but we have to work through this. Because if we don't, after it's done, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program. There needs to be a change. There needs to be an evolution. There needs to be growth. Harold says, how many grown men are using their dick to their financial gain? You have Negroes right now who's sitting in front of the game and sitting in the front of a podcast mics right now while their women are at work. She So Survivor said, they lives don't be like this. None of these straight black men podcasts. Wow, let me see. Where is the man at? Why wouldn't they tell him he be looking real zesty? I don't know. See, right, cut. Her friends will set her off. I Cole once said she don't want to be saved. Don't say. Oh, J. Cole said, "Be saved, don't save her." But then it's this illusion that all women are whores and they're not. Do y'all even study? And again, like the thing I read, a lot of individuals don't want to get to know nobody because it takes too much time. But anyway, y'all, what's up, Queen Donna B? I appreciate y'all for being in the live. This was an impromptu live. I had woke up early and I was like, okay, I was going to try to do this last night, but I was like, let me go ahead and knock it out. I'm pretty sure I've inspired black men unfiltered over there, because I know that when tonight's live going on, baby, again, for the people who are very sensitive in the queer community, y'all gonna be triggered the fuck up. And again, some of us survived hell. And again, I have a dark sense of humor, so I can go in these spaces and listen. But we will be in the comments listening, because it's going to be the roast of the queer community, girl. They have permission from BubzDaGawd to say whatever the fuck they want to say. Go ahead. Go ahead. All I'm saying is make it. This is time for the male hyena comedians to come out. It's time for y'all to make the queer community laugh. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna sit up here and roast us, make sure it's funny. But I also want y'all to understand that once y'all done with y'all live, it's gonna be our turn. And I hope that y'all are ready to laugh as much as us. Cause like I told y'all, you can never outread a fag. You never can. We are good at this. We know how to use our words. So anyway, if you can, please make sure you hit that like button. It helps this channel to grow in the algorithms. Okay, we are at 813 subscribers on the road to 1K. If you like the vibe over here on BubzDaGawd, please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as notification bell so that you can stay up to date with all of my lives and edited content. Okay, if there's something I said in this live that you want to use in your live or just in any of your social media platforms and spaces, I give you permission to use it. All I'm saying is just at me at it so I can see it and share it in spaces where it will generate conversation. No shade. And if you feel compelled, you can definitely hit a nigga up in the CashApp $Bubs, the motherfucking God. Okay, BubzDaGawd. We take anything that jingles and folds. Okay, and again, shout out to Anissa for standing her ground. I know what it's like to be on the platform where it's a bunch of motherfuckers aimed at you, but I'm proud of you for standing your ground, and you're going to receive the man that you desire in your life. Don't let these individuals who are Christians, who don't believe in miracles, stop you from manifesting yours. You are an intelligent, beautiful black woman, and you're going to find a man that's going to value not just what you look like on the outside, which seems to be the most important to these niggas, including the inside of the vagina, but will be able to love you internally, to be able to love you through all of your transitions, and again, honor the vows said before your family, friends, the world, and God, to honor you, to love you, to cherish you, sickness, health, richer or poorer, with the motherfucker you already built with, you've already connected with. If life hits you, you'll be able to go with them on that ebb and flow of fucking life, because you know life happens unexpectedly to all of us. You want somebody to stand with you, and the only way you're going to get that is if you give that to yourself. That person gives that to themselves, and the love that y'all share is simply just the overflow. Or how someone else said in the chat one of the last times I was over there, conscious parenting, conscious awareness. Men need to learn dick discipline. Women need to learn pussy discipline. Discipline yourself. Check yourself. Make sure you good. And Anisha said it right. You got to protect yourself from you too. Because if you learn how to protect yourself from you or your ego, you wouldn't consistently be in the same situations all the fucking time. But anyway, we are out. And see y'all later on tonight, y'all. Y'all have a good one. All right? Peace.